In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world.
The grass is greener when you don't know the secrets that you keep.
I've been swallowed up in hell before, but then it spat me back out.
I'll do anything to survive, even walk amongst the dead.
In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world.
The grass is greener when you don't know the secrets that you keep.
I've been swallowed up in hell before, but then it spat me back out.
I'll do anything to survive, even walk amongst the dead.
In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world.
The grass is greener when you don't know the secrets that you keep.
I've been swallowed up in hell before, but then it spat me back out.
I'll do anything to survive, even walk amongst the dead.
In the world you will have tribulation, but take heart. I have overcome the world.
The grass is greener when you don't know the secrets that you keep.
I've been swallowed up in hell before, but then it spat me back out.
I'll do anything to survive, even walk amongst the dead.
I did it! Okay, cool transition. Oh my god. This is the first time I've seen the slide. Sorry, this is my reaction in real time. Oh my god. What?
Good job.
What is this? Oh god, it looks terrifying. Yeah, hi. Welcome to the final episode of They Talk Back, a Walking Dead universe role-playing game with this gang. I'm not ready. I was asked, how, like, what? Not ready. Emotional? I'm just not ready. Like, ah! Like, the panic is real, but I'm glad in the 10 episodes and 10 sessions we have been through it together, and this is where it ends, in a walker-infested city, but the group is all together. Who will die tonight? Who will survive? Let's find out. And we'll do a quick roll call as a final introduction to the players and their characters on the table. Let's start first with you, Amanda Vetra.
Okay. So introduce myself as the character.
Up to you.
And now my feeling.
Yes, to you. What you doing?
I am the Madden McVetra. Or known as that guy, or You Cunt by Sin. Variety streamer, also doing an event soon with Sin, Emma, myself, and a few others working together for a V Rising RP server coming soon. Tonight, I'm playing Tenza, the creepy guy who takes the faces of people and hides amongst the hordes and doesn't really socialize much. How am I feeling about tonight? No, Tenza could probably get away from this, potentially, but would he make the character development to stand and fight with everyone? Who knows?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say that it was gonna be tense.
No, there's like, oh no, walkers blend in with with the walkers.
So sad. Anyway.
But yeah, yeah. I'm expecting that. If he does something else, then I'm surprised. Really, for our resident out. You really, I will just say, you played the outcast really well. You really outcasted yourself, definitely. Very well, very well. And
I mean, it's a regular thing of mine. I play the outcast character who's at some point either fully on board with everyone or just goes away.
yes. But thank you, and for surviving this long, we'll see if he will survive in this run. Yeah. All right. Next, we got Sin. Introduce yourself and your character.
Right, Tenza hasn't pulled up since.
Hi, my name is Sin, variety streamer, constant hostage to every TTRPG game that Mab brings me into. And currently, I am playing our good man Enzo Shepherd, who is a farmer that has been, unsurprisingly, dragged into this by Joe.
I had nothing to do with it. Can I just...
Yeah, but
Yeah. If you remember what the last thing that Enzo did.
Pretty much Enzo was just in the car last session. He was just the most that he did was, in fact, do warn the group about the upcoming hordes of zombies that were spilling out of a building, since everyone was negotiating with that one group of other survivors, since they decided to check out an abandoned restaurant, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah. And as for how I'm feeling that Enzo may not survive. Maybe.
What? A character of yours dies? What?
Mm.
But
Not in your tables, that's for sure.
Wow, rude. Yeah, okay, yeah. Toby gets credit for claiming deaths in of your characters. So yeah, like Toby's the first one to claim that. I will just say as well, earlier in my co-working stream, we had a couple of people chatting, asking about, oh my god, there's a Walking Dead, sign us the fuck up. And one of them's, you know them as Mino, and they were floored to find out that Otto died. They were like, he was supposed to survive, man. What do you mean he's the survivalist? Like, well, he was a pacifist. I had a full chat of them just talking about Otto, and they were not expecting him to die with what happened.
Lots of people think they're perfectly fine until they're not. That's how it works.
Yeah.
Lots of people think you're perfectly fine until a walker bites a chunk out of your thigh.
Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, and they were just like, no. So people still feel the loss of Otto in a sense. So yeah, still bleeding, still hurting. But yes. And then we have Jack. Hi, introduce yourself for the last time. I'm gonna miss you.
Just in this context, there'll be more stuff.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. So I am Jack Squarepeg. You can find me in all the social media garbage on Jack Squarepeg, where with my team, Swift Sunrise, we do a whole bunch of stuff. Sorry, I have food in my mouth. I'm trying to get it to go away. Including Achtung Cthulhu Part 2 tomorrow, where we are going into the den such as it were. See, it's a pun. You get it?
Hey.
I'm very clever, you see. Into the den of the evil German Nazi organization. German Nazi is kind of a... Anyway, the Nazi organization of the Black Sun. They are doing some funky crap in the chateau of Saint-Sulac in France, and the Allied soldiers are going to see what they can do about that. On top of that, you can see Season 1 of Trouble Over Yonder, my Pulp Cthulhu Cowboy show there, and it's coming soon, Time to Harvest, which is a official campaign by Chaosium. Yeah, I do all sorts of fun things, as well as the Play Den podcast. If you aren't already subscribed or haven't checked it out, we do recommend it. It's a good time. We just recorded yesterday an episode on my favorite hero himself, the Batman. Or as Hugo Strange calls him in Arkham City only once, the Bitman. Yes, you can check out that when it comes out. I'm very excited. That was a really fun episode. The next one coming out this Sunday will be about will be an actual play featuring the game One of Us Will Die by Titus Villanueva. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that name correct. And I am done. I have a lot of things. I try to say them quickly.
Yes.
I'm finished now.
Oh, do you remember what your character did the last time? Woo.
Fucking hell, I'm done, mate. I said I was... No, what the hell did I don't know. I genuinely don't. I've been working really hard all day, so I'm a little brain soupy. If I lie, can it be true? Can I say, like, he's just, like, you know, like...
He was vibing.
On the beach with Joe? Sipping margaritas?
In another life. in another timeline.
No, the last thing I remember is we were going into the city. We'd had interactions with a restaurant based group of people. Then we were going into town looking for your family, and I saw movement from the apartment where I lost my grandmother, which may well be someone, but I doubt it. That'd be weird. Someone of my family. I assume it's just kind of a break-in person, but who knows? So yeah, that's that. That's what I remember.
All right. Thank you for that.
I'd just like to add that, though, I think the key important part that Jack forgot is Chris being called Joe's husband.
Yeah, that's right.
And I went
got dry mouth. That was funny.
Like, oh, yes. I was just like, enough with the questions. Yeah, sure, he's my husband. Whatever. And then everyone's like, It's beautiful.
No, I don't think they believe us.
I guess, yeah, commit to the bit. And then, and I would say that the one thing I remember with Joe, other than that very epic, like, yeah, sure, I think we skipped 3 interaction roles of, like, there was a guy in a water tower, there was the mall, which is like, fuck off sign. I mean, that's the energy that they gave. Fuck off, don't go in here. And then, like, we're not going in there anyways. There was a motel with a deer thing that freaked out Sin and the player. I don't know if Enzo got freaked out because Enzo's a stable hand. And then there's there was the one with the blocked cars where it's like, if the zombie games ever told us anything, just leave that the fuck alone. And then it was good because apparently there was something there. And then me just finding out that my apartment is a couple blocks down, and we're checking that, and then we left with a cliffhanger. That's where we're at.
Wasn't there smoke?
And smoke. And yeah, that's all I remember is getting on the bike and being like, yes. And they tried to get Chris's bike, and we were like, no. So that's what I remembered, and now we give the floor to our lovely game master Toby, who will guide us through this session for one last time.
Hello. So I'm the guy running the game. I'm Toby, and yes, reminding everyone watching that this game has trigger warnings because it is a game about the walkers, also known as zombies. We will expect gore, we will expect violence, but we do have lines against certain things, and we will keep certain things veiled. Just a warning for those watching who might be surprised at the graphic nature of this game. Um,
Walking
so
Dead graphic.
the survivors have arrived at the city. They found a restaurant with "safe inside" painted on the windows. Chris investigated only to find people asleep inside. The group decided to try to talk to them and show they're not there to cause trouble. The group is led by a black man named Lenny who knows Joe's family and tells them that yes, Jacob and the ambulance did pass by some time ago. But as more walkers started to show, the group split into two areas, with Joe and Chris headed for the residential area, while Enzo, Tenza, and Duck try to lose the walkers by driving around the city. And we ended with as Joe and Chris entered the residential area, both respectively noticed something happening in their homes. Chris notices movement inside his former apartment, while Joe notices that there is smoke in the backyard of hers. Lots of other things with the NPCs back at home, but we don't need to show them until they come in. All right, so let's get started because this is a finale, and in a finale, people tend to die. Joe and Chris, I shall start with the two of you with a question.
I don't want
Do
to.
you split up to check your respective homes?
No. I mean, I would follow Joe. As much as I respect a good hook, we've already established his family were drug addicts and abandoned him and left him to do the work.
So,
The only way that might change is if he happens to notice that it's someone significant, but I don't think I did.
so we could start the scene with a close up on Chris as he stares at his apartment and sees the shadow inside, and he mutters what to himself as he turns to focus on Joe.
Yeah. I would notice that your eyes were if you were looking at the area. It's like I don't know it's your location. I don't know we were neighbors. So I'll be like, the place is right there. I point at my apartment.
You said there was a fire coming from that apartment?
Smoke. There's a pillar of smoke in the backyard. Most likely a barbecue.
Right, okay. I was going to say, like, how bad does it look?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, then I can take a second, because I thought, like, oh, emergency, we need to go, but it's not.
Yes.
Okay, well then, I'll probably just take a moment and just go, remember how I said you asked me if I knew who you were or had seen you around?
Yeah?
Yeah.
How, like, there's a confused look. How did you know where I live?
I don't, but I know you walked around here.
Do you live here?
Yeah. Right where it goes from being a slum to not. I was right there. Someone's in there.
In your house. Your place.
I appreciate you calling it a house. It was a roach's den.
Oh, do you wanna, like, I'm looking at the smoke. Do you want us to check your place first before we go to my place?
For?
Right. I go like, we should make it quick, maybe, to catch up with the others.
Go ahead. He will take an extra couple of seconds just to kind of look up in the window and, by habit from childhood, probably do the sign of the cross and then move on.
Quick aside, I realize I am missing on an NPC. It's not just Duck with you guys.
Ooh. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Nancy is with you guys as well.
Oh,
So I'm adding that to the map. Chris, you make the sign of the cross as you quietly then follow Joe. And as the group makes their way towards the house, we quickly cut to Tenza, Enzo, Duck, and Nancy. Things have gotten worse as you have been driving around the city in hopes of losing the hordes. While one group of walkers is following generally your vehicle, you've turned the corner to find yourselves driving into a second group of zombies. With these walkers in the way, I will need both of you to decide how you deal with it for your initial reaction rolls.
Um,
Hmm.
Is this going to be a shoot through, drive through, turn around? I just need to know that sort of a reaction.
make sure the window is up.
And shut the windows and make sure they're closed. And you, Enzo?
And lock the doors.
Uh,
Mhm.
in this case, Enzo's going to be like trying to look to if there's any like alleys or side routes that they could take to avoid the horde.
You quickly try to scan the area for an alternate route. Please give me 2 sets of numbers.
Oh boy. Oh boy, time to roll 2d6 again.
Twice for you.
Okay.
And
So I have to roll 4 total dice.
yeah, and give me the
Okay.
2 numbers in 2 sets.
53 and 15.
In one side, looking in that direction, you see it's mostly open road, empty lot, but there's a sign pointing at something towards the ground. Maybe it's a subway entrance. You're not quite sure. Opposite way, opposite way, you see it's an alley of buildings, apartment buildings. Doc, of course, mutters, I wouldn't trust driving through right now.
Like, does he mean like driving through the horde?
Yep. Nancy's loading up a pistol. Neither of you remember handling her.
Could you get that? In this case, Enzo is going to point out the alley. About regarding the alley. I'm not gonna trust a fucking subway in the zombie apocalypse. That's crazy.
Up nod and turns to you, Tenza, if you have any complaints or if you agree.
I have no complaints. Just try and get out.
Turns the wheel, car starts driving towards the buildings, and as you're driving off, camera lingers at the leaving vehicle to show the sign with the arrow pointing down, and the sign shows government assigned shelter. But we leave
I'm not
that
trusting
shelter
that shit.
and we move towards the buildings. With the buildings flanking you on both sides and the walkers left behind temporarily, you know the walkers are behind you now, clumping into 2 groups, probably forming into one larger group. Down this road, with the buildings flanking you, they look like apartment complexes. There's a lot of broken down vehicles on the side of the road. Many of the vehicles show that they've been ransacked, broken windows, popped hoods, and the like. At one point, while driving down this area, both of you think you see a flash of light coming from the windows of one of the nearby buildings.
Oh, for me and Tenza.
Yes. Do you keep driving or do you tell Duck to stop?
Is it like a singular flash or is it like repeating?
It feels intentional. You see the flash, then it stops, and then the flash.
I look over at Tedza. Is it Morse code? I don't know Morse code. Do you?
A little bit, but finding distressed people, forest stuff. How high is it? Like top floor flashing, or is it like bottom floor?
You'd approximate the apartment to be around probably 4 or 5 floors tall, and the light seems to be coming from the second floor.
Uh,
Someone needs to make a decision. Duck won't decide.
I'm
Just the NPC.
very good.
how close is the horde behind us?
Looking back, they haven't turned the corner yet. So if you actually stop, you might lose the horde. They might just walk past you guys if you stop right now.
Yeah, let's try that. Let's stop and see.
Motioning Duck to stop, he stops the truck and looks at you worriedly. Are you sure about this? At the base of the building where the flashing light was, the front doors swing open and you see a group. There's two of them, layered clothing. One has a rifle, the other one is holding a pistol. They're now motioning you guys to hurry inside.
I trust them.
I don't like this, you hear Nancy. We should keep going. Duck looks at you, Vetra. You're the leader. I'm sorry, Vetra.
That is true. That is technically true. Joe did say that you decided.
Tenza is now seemingly the leader of the group.
Grappled with decisions.
He is like, yeah, all right. Don't put danger on other people. So he's gonna basically like keep going, and he's gonna just motion for those people to just go back inside.
The two by the door see the truck keep going. They're shaking their heads and they hurry back inside, closing the door. You notice they don't even slam it shut. They close it quickly, but then slow down just before they shut it closed.
They
And
know what they're doing.
as you continue down the road, the horde now comes visible behind you, turning the corner from both sides.
Yep.
You are nearing the main road of West Front Street in Buchanan. Feel free to look at the map every now and then to get your bearings, but keep in mind your characters do not memorize the map, so there will be times I might move you unexpectedly in terms of where you are. We cut back to the calmer place of the residential area. Calm being, of course, a relative statement. Joe and Chris, you've come upon the house, and upon stopping there with your bike, you could still see the smoke rising. You may choose to be a normal person and go to the front door, but then Joe, this is also your place. You know the way to get to the backyard from here.
Okay.
So do you just go straight for the backyard, or do you take the front route?
I will move to the backyard.
Just real quick, Chris, does that mean you wait on the bike, or do you leave the bike and go with Joe? Hard choices.
I would look to her for confirmation.
I just go, you can stay. Like, I'll just check.
No.
You head on ahead, Joe, and Chris, you stay on the bike. Do you leave the motor running, or do you shut it for now?
Shut.
Killing the engine. Engine comes to a quiet stop, and ahead of you, you see movement down the road. It seems like a dog has come into the view, and the dog has curiously stepped to the center of the road, looking at where it heard the sound last, which is your direction.
I'll probably just go, and like not in a come here kind of way, but in a I see you. good to see an alive thing.
The dog bows its head slightly, perhaps sniffing the road. And as you make the sound, it looks up at you again. It keeps a focused watch on your direction.
You're a little survivor, huh? What kind of dog?
Trying to study its breed, you know dogs. It looks like a German Shepherd mix.
Oh, big old boy, huh? You didn't used to be a cop, did you? Cocaine.
Dog, the dog just stares. And as the dog stares at you, Joe, we follow your scene, Joe. Beside the plants, moving past the fences, you get to the side, and as you unlock the gate and step indoors, you see the surrounding box of things in the backyard. There's those cardboard boxes that are open. There's some plastic bins as well. The smell of smoke is stronger as you approach this area. And as you get to the vantage point to see what's going on, you see a huddled figure wrapped in a blanket. The barbecue, that metal barbecue thing, is set in the center of the garden and is the source of the smoke. Because the person in the blanket is now staring at what seem to be physical photographs
Mhm.
and then putting them into the fire.
I'd be like, Mom? Dad? I call out.
The figure turns to look at you. You see his tired, withered face. Your father has seen better years, but it seems the last few weeks or months have taken its toll on him. His skin looks dry, the cracks look more pronounced, the light seems to have faded from his eyes.
I
But
do.
as he stares at you, his eyes seem to recognize you. He slowly smiles and he mutters, "You've come to pick me up."
Yeah, yeah. I immediately rush to like give him a hug.
You rush close, and as you are closing the gap to give him a hug, you move past more bins. It's the old albums, it's the old keepsakes. But then just before you get to him, you find on the floor bandages, bloody bandages. The blood is brown from time, all scattered in the floor around him.
Dad, what happened?
Do you still hug? Do
I,
you
I
still
s-
hug him?
yeah, I'm about to hug, but I stop.
No, not you, Dema.
Oh,
Yeah, there. Is that better?
me?
There.
You,
Hello,
you're
hello.
quiet, Dema. Dema, not you.
Yeah, you go,
Oh.
gotta go
Debbie.
through my mic.
Oh, it has to go through
Oh.
someone's
Oh.
mic.
The mic
Hello.
closer
Sorry.
Making sure. You
I-
rush close and you stop.
Yes, because I'm looking at the bandages. I go, Dad, what happened? I give him that look, like, tell me what's happened. I will actually reach out to like examine the hands, like put it under and like examine.
He stares at you with this quizzical look as you examine his hands. His fingers are blood-stained. There's brown blood caked underneath his nails. But you see no bite marks. Maybe some scratches, some wounds. They look like from wear and tear, from pulling things, from grabbing things. You don't think he's been bitten. He looks up at you and mutters, "Wait, you're alive?"
I went to the farm. I thought I'd find you guys there. Why are you
We
here?
went we went here. We thought. He reaches up and touches your face now. You're really here.
I am. Let's go home. The farm's still there. There were a couple of
This
people I had to take care of, but I
doesn't make sense. You're how are you alive? How he pulls you close now and hugs you, and it's like a dam breaks. All of a sudden he's convulsing as he breaks into tears, holding on to you.
I will cry with my father. Like I let out the tears, but mine's more quiet. I'm just like relieved he's alive.
Our camera zooms in on the fire. We see old photos, family photos, you as a child, him and his your mother, his wife, then much younger, all burning in the flames. And we pull away from the flames to cut back to you, Chris. The dog is still around 2 blocks away, staring at you from that distance. And that's when you see movement, and 2 more dogs come into view. Both are big. You'd think one is a Great Dane. The other one looks more like a boxer. And the two that have come in stop beside the German Shepherd, and all three are staring at you now.
Well, 2 blocks away is pretty far, so I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna be a threat. I probably hear a bit of the conversation from the
Mhm.
front door, so I'll probably be hard paying attention to that. And
Fourth dog.
Hmm?
A fifth dog. There are now 5 dogs staring at you.
Uh-oh.
Is that a sixth? Yes, that's a sixth coming into view.
Joe,
Please gain 1 stress, Chris. As you
Oh.
see a 7th dog come into view.
Are they like okay? Just for context,
you're
is
not
it?
there.
No, no. I just want to understand the scene, like, cause like how there's like Ascals. Ascal is like a street dog in the Philippines, and
Mhm.
then like when it's their road and they're tensing when they're territorial when they see something. Is that what they're doing?
Yes,
They're 2 blocks away.
they're
So,
kinda tense and staring at you, Chris.
Yeah. There's like Ascals in the Philippines where it's like even if you're like far away from the road, they go. Like it's like you've touched my road kind of
Why are you
energy.
here?
Yeah, kind of. It's that's the Ascal energy. That's what I
Must
remember.
pay the dog tax.
Yeah, must pay dog tax, must peto.
Stop! In the name
None
of
of
the
them
law,
have
you must
approached.
give a
Yeah,
fee.
Yeah.
none of them have approached yet, Chris. But
Okay.
you do feel all 7 dogs are staring at you right now, and all are tensed up.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh.
Joe,
Calling out. You're hoping for Joe to answer,
Do I
but
hear it?
sadly, no answers come for now because we jump back to the other group. Enzo, Tenza, you with
Mhm.
Duck and Nancy reach Buchanan's main west front street, and you have the
Yes.
choice of turning left, which generally moves closer to the gas station, or turning right, which moves away from the gas station.
Do we want to go deeper in? Hmm.
Nancy, of course, mutters, so long as the car is running, those walkers will hear the engine. They'll keep moving in our direction. So we have to either keep moving or we stop and lay low.
You'd probably have to stop it. It would probably be better to stop and lay low a bit farther from where we're supposed to meet back up, because otherwise they might like group up again, like where we're supposed to be waiting for Chris and Joe.
I need a decision. And you hear Duck turn to you, Vetra. Atenza.
Turn right.
the 2 quiet boys have to do something on their own.
Yeah.
I don't want to think.
Turn right.
You
we'll
opt to
have
turn right. Go on.
We'll try and get the car further up. Then we'll have to turn north and lay low on the pass by. Get the car on. Get back around. That's
Nancy, of course, asks while the car continues the truck continues in that direction. You guys haven't been in cities, have you? Not since the world fell around us.
I prefer to be in.
And just going to. I mean, I've been to this one place before, but it wasn't really my style.
Driving down the road as you move further away from where you were earlier, the sounds of the walkers is far much more distant. Both sides still show a lot of high-rise buildings, the occasional restaurant, the occasional shop. Having bought yourself some time and distance away from the walkers, is there any specific location that both of you seek to go for? Or do you just want to keep randomly driving? Do you want to set yourselves basically for a destination?
Is there anything that would look like a party store or like one of those fireworks stores?
That would be interesting. I'll have you roll scout. How about you, Tenza? Is there anything you're looking for?
Um, I would probably say either news agency or does Tensa know about the suspected destination of Jacob and all that, or just
Yes, Lenny did share with you guys last session, generally the direction they were headed. So you have a general idea of where that suspected destination is, even if neither of you are familiar with the place.
I did not roll any successes or fails. Sorry.
Okay, that's fine.
and they took off with our ambulance, haven't they? But basically, he's either news agency for a map or anything like that, or looking for the ambulance that has the
Okay.
license plate that they had.
I'll have you roll a scout roll as well, Tenza.
7 dice and 1. One success, no walk.
You see a building. The building does have signage up front that shows the different companies that would be inside that building. One of the companies is listed as Buchanan Radio. It's a high-rise building.
Do I know much about that at all,
You wanted a radio station, so
or I said news.
this would be
news agency.
news agency.
Yeah, news agency. So like, they usually have like a lottery. They have more like things of work stuff such as logbooks or diaries, maps, arts and crafts, stuff like that.
Okay, I think I misunderstood.
Yeah.
So this was what sort of a place?
So a news agency or news station or something like that is pretty much it's like a small shop that just has that basically does like lottos, sells smokes, or
Okay,
it's basically just a very small shop with basically people go to get the newspaper.
got it. I misunderstood. I thought you were looking for a news-related business.
Yeah.
Yeah, you find one of those shops. You notice it's boarded up from the inside, which suggests there might be a survivor inside, or to the very least, the stocks might still be there.
Are we all okay with stopping for a small bit to grab a map there?
Duck
That
looks
sounds
at
like a
you
good
and
idea.
Duck gives a thumbs up. Nancy, on the other hand, is still looking at the back and says, "No sign of the walkers. Maybe they've stopped at the building and it's buying us time."
Pull over here. try and be quick and get in, get out.
Dux brings the truck to a stop, and as the two of you start to open the doors, Duck grabs your shoulder to pause to stop you for a moment and asks, "If the walkers show up, do I wait or do I drive?"
Walkers go up, or get too close, drive off.
Duck nods. "Then you better hurry."
Well,
As you head down from the truck, Enzo, I presume you're heading down as well.
Yes.
Nancy sees the two of you head down. "Damn it!" She joins the two of you and heads down as well. Duck adjusts the rear view mirror to have a better view and keeps watch. The three of you hurry to the front of the store, and as you approach the building, we see the wooden panels that are boarded up from the inside. It's more likely than not that the front door would be locked closed.
um,
Do you try it anyway, or do you divert and find an alternate entrance immediately?
first off, he's gonna hear against the board, see if he can hear any of the walkers on the inside, or if there's any.
I'll have you roll scout, and while you're rolling, Enzo, what are you doing?
Uh, Enzo is going to. Enzo is actually going to try and check on any possible, I guess technically signs of life like around the area. So like if there were food or anything, then chances are there might have been like animal tracks or anything. Or if there are people inside, there would have been at least signs of people having been around the area.
You easily spot there's at least 5 black trash bags here at the front door, and um, they still rank. They still stink, which tells you some of them are fresh bags. Oh my god, is that your die roll?
That's the die roll.
Tenza peers between the panels, and with your first success, you wanted to spot if there were walkers or anyone living inside. You see a portly Indian man who is shuffling about to and fro. He's active inside the shop. You have 3 more
Yep.
successes. Did any of the walkers come from the stress dice?
No, the two at the end is the stress die.
No problem.
Okay.
So with your 3 additional successes, what else do you want to spot?
Basically, as you said, there's only the portly Indian man on the side.
Yep.
Can't see any other way in.
From your vantage point, spending one of your other successes, you do spot that there is a back door, and glancing to the side, you see the small alleyway which has an adjoining door. So that must lead to that second door. You still have 2 more successes. What else do you want to spot?
They got smokes.
Other than probably check down the alleyway if there's any walkers moving about in there.
Alleyway is clear, no sign of any walkers. I'll even state that the alleyway ends with a wired fence.
Yep.
So if anything is coming from the other side, they'll be blocked by that wall.
Okay.
Last scout success you want to spend?
Any other groups watching us?
Looking around, if there's anyone spotting or watching you, you do notice that from one of the buildings in the distance, there's a sudden reflection of light from the rooftop, and your eyes narrow as you realize that's probably someone spying at you guys with binoculars.
Yep.
All right.
He will.
There's a lot of people in the city.
Oh yeah, there definitely would be a lot of people just on like top floors or completely blocked off the stairs to the second floor and stuff like that. If there's a whole bunch of high-rise buildings.
Nancy nudges your shoulder, Tenza, as Nancy tests the front door and looks at you. It's not locked, she whispers. She actually moves it slightly and it does move.
There is a guy
Could be
inside.
trapped.
There is a guy inside. He's gonna knock on the door and is like, "Hey, do you have a map of the city in here? We just want to grab that and go."
You knocked and yelled this from the outside, I presume?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure if you stepped in or not.
No,
Um
like if Nancy said that the door is unlocked, it's like there's a very high chance that it is trapped.
the voice from the inside mutters, unless you've learned to talk in the last few weeks, I'm presuming you're still alive.
I thought the last time.
With everything that has happened, I wouldn't be surprised if they started to talk back. Come inside.
Title drop! Title drop!
Hello, fellow human.
Come inside. Hurry.
Get the boys there.
He's gonna push open the door, but he's not stepping in straight away.
Door sliding open, you are greeted by the shelves having been repositioned to create a small cul-de-sac in front of the door.
Yes.
With the shelves blocking easy access, you notice a lot of implements and appliances have been placed to form a spiked wall as a
Yep.
entry point. The man, though, is visible past the shelves as he tells you, "Are the walkers near?"
No.
Not at the moment. Just a map.
Sees Enzo as
lead.
well and looks at you. How many are you?
4.
Wait. He hurries to the shelf. You hear him grunt as you see him using the handles. He lifts one of the shelves and he starts sliding it backwards, creating a passageway. Please, come inside, hurry, and close the door behind you.
Is it just you?
He nods. You see his face.
Duck.
Mm-hmm. Are you motioning Duck to stop the engine?
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door. It's like, Duck, shut off the engine. Inside.
I don't like this. He turns off the engine, hurries out of the truck to join the three of you. And Enzo, you see the portly Indian man motioning you to go further in. There is an office in the second floor. You will find the staircase there. Hurry.
Yep, we're going in.
Yep.
Nancy is watching as you all head in. The man pulls the doors closed and locks it up. And as the four of you find safety for the moment, no stress loss yet because you're still not sure if you're safe, we cut back to Joe and family. Joe, your
Yes.
father is just staring at you. His eyes have a brightness that have returned out of nowhere. I thought you were dead. Your mother and I have all... We didn't think that you... The phone lines were down and we couldn't find a way to get to you, and
I went home.
people just kept coming and we couldn't leave because people kept coming.
We can go home now. We can go to the farm. I went to the farm to look for you guys and to know you weren't there. I'm glad you're here.
Farm is still intact.
I brought people there. There are people that are helping around the farm now.
I don't understand. The farm is still intact.
Yeah, I was wrong about everything. Wanting to leave that place. If anything, this whatever's happened with the world made me realize what's important. The farm's still alive. It's still functioning.
But we left it. We had to leave it. One of the farmhands, uh, Chris, Calvin, Carlo, he was starting to go mad. He threatened your mother, and we had to leave the farm.
Dun dun dun.
We'll deal with him when we get back, but there are other people out there other than Calvin. We've made it a stable home.
Calvin, that's his name. He's still there.
Yes, we've managed to he's managed to keep his instability a bit on the down low, and we've redirected his energies elsewhere.
This is. Oh God, this is. You hear in the distance your name being called out by Chris.
Oh, where's Mom? Let's go home.
He stares at you. He does not answer.
Mom, where's Mom?
He is unable to say anything, but you do see him briefly point at the house. At your house.
I'll go get her. You can Chris, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good partner. He's there outside. You can trust him. He'll take us back to the farm.
You make your way back to the house. Chris, Joe has not responded. Do you call out again?
I'm
Oh,
muted.
sorry, we can't hear you.
Have they moved? Are there more?
Yes, you saw now what is officially 8 and 9 appear. The dog number 8 is a retriever. He's the nicest looking one in the bunch. And then dog number 9 is this itty bitty tiny toy dog. It's a chihuahua.
Okay.
Please tell me
Um,
was the leader.
We're 2 blocks away, so basically I'm just going to keep my eye on them. I'm going to back up
The chihuahua barks
and
out.
put the... That's fine. I'm going to back up with the bike, kind of turn it so it's easier to move backwards, and I'm going to put it in the front yard, put the thing in, and then I'm going to go for the door because she's not responding, so something could be wrong. So...
Turning the bike around, and as you back up towards the door, the chihuahua takes a few steps towards you. It barks a second time.
Yeah, I'm going to, I assume the door's been left open, so I'm just going to walk backwards and then close the door like this.
You reach the front door, and as you test it, Joe, give me a roll. I'm hoping you don't roll odds. Just give me one die.
Okay, I'll roll a d20.
Did you go around the back?
Any die is fine.
20.
It's even. The door is thankfully unlocked.
Okay, so Joe went around the back. I missed that. So
Yes.
yeah, cool. I'm just gonna go as I go like that, just to be polite. But yes, I'm going to let myself in and then close the door.
Knocking thrice to be polite, the chihuahua goes into this angry barking surge, which triggers all 8 other dogs, and they're all now starting to howl and bark in your direction.
That's fine. I close the door. I go in and I close the door.
In the house, door shut, you see a brief moment of all the dogs rushing in your direction before you close the door. You could hear them outside, a cacophony of barks. The same cacophony is heard by you, Joe, as you make your way up the house. Both of you see the state of the house. The place looks like it's been ransacked. The refrigerator is, doors ajar. The table is a mess. Shelves are open. People have gone through this house, that's certain. Both of you, thanks to the dogs making all the noise outside, can barely hear anyone else in the house right now. You do hear the footfalls and footsteps suggesting people are there. But thanks to the dogs, it's not that easy to tell who's where right now.
Okay.
I'll continue with you, Chris. Being in the front door and hearing the dogs exactly outside the front door right now. The corridor leads to an adjoining room and into a major area. Do you slip to the adjoining room first or walk to the major area?
No, I'm just going to stay where I am because I haven't been invited. So I don't
Okay.
want to. I don't want to get a shotgun in the face. So I'm just going to go to the corner and just kind of put my back against the corner, just looking as unthreatening as possible. I'm going to go like this against the front door and go,
Mm-hmm.
"Can someone please tell me what is going on?"
You're yelling out as you're banging against the wall, and your eyes settle to the side. You know that side table normally in near the front of the door where
Mhm.
people would drop their keys and stuff.
Mhm.
On that table, you see a gun. It's been laid down there, which tells you someone is in the house, and whoever they were chose to leave their weapon behind.
Yeah.
Joe, we cut to you. From earlier in the ground level, you found it empty and you started your way up the steps. As you're making your way up the steps, this barrage of barking is suddenly outside. Your eyes, however, are focused on the fact that on the floor by the staircase, it's a very ratty, dirty looking backpack. It's someone who has survived out there for quite some time. A backpack that has mud, that has leaves, that has, you know, the stench of weeks out there upon it. And as you reach the second floor landing, you could barely hear Chris's voice yelling out, but your eyes are also focused on. So, on the second level, we have two doorways and then the doorway at the end of the hallway. The two doorways are two bedrooms. At the end of the hallway is the shared bathroom. Your eyes are on the shared bathroom because the door is ajar, but you could see there's someone there.
Mom? I go, Mom, Dad's downstairs. We can go to the farm. I say that out loud, assuming it's Mom.
As you approach the bathroom, a new sound joins the cacophony of sounds around you, and that is the sound of trickling water. We cut back to you, Chris. Not only is there a table with a weapon left behind, your eyes then focus on the light switch.
Mhm.
It's a very bloody handprint that had tried to turn on the lights.
Okay, no one's answering me, so I. Hey, Joe heard my voice, correct? And Joe
You
still
hope
isn't
you think
responding.
she has, because who else? I mean, you're the only other voice yelling right now, so she should have heard you.
Yeah.
God's sake. I'm just gonna roll a die to see where I go because I have
Would
no
Go for it.
idea.
Go for it.
I think it's fair
Evans
given.
is up the stairs.
Yeah, and given that I was shouting.
Odds,
I mean,
I'm
not
coming up
shouting,
the
but.
stairs.
Okay. You would hear my voice though, like going like "Mom." I think you'd hear that from the
Yes.
second floor.
No, I'm right next to the dog cacophony. I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
It'll be hard to hear you, Joe. Yeah, admittedly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Chris, what do you do?
Odds. So the first floor first. I'm not going to take the gun, but I am going to just pop it on like a chair or something under a cushion in case it becomes an issue for me later.
Okay, shoving a cushion over it.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna go, hello, Joe. Joe's family. What the fuck
You
is going
step
on?
you step further into the corridor. In the open room nearby, you see it's a small study. There's a desk, there's a lamp, there's a computer. There's a lot of pictures on the walls, and some of the pictures you realize is Joe. But as you turn to the larger area, which is the living room area, that's when you freeze upon seeing there's a man standing looking back at you.
Oh,
Behind the
jeez.
man is the pair of doors that leads to the backyard. The man is standing and wrapped in a blanket as he stares at you with his pale face, his crimpled skin, and as he mutters, "You must be Chris."
Yeah. And you must
Are
be
you
Papa.
are you Joe's? Are you and Joe? Are you friends?
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, well, you're all cool. Where is she? She's not she's not
I've
answering, and neither did you.
I've seen you before.
Yeah,
His
probably.
eyes seem to narrow as he stares at you, and he starts walking towards you. Do you let him, or do
Uh,
you take a step back?
I mean, depends on what you mean. If he's just stepping forward slightly, I'll let him. But um,
Okay.
if he's charging, that's a different deal.
No, no,
But
no. Not
I'll
charging.
probably just. I assume it's casual for now. Um,
Yes.
and I'll just go. Do you know where Joe is? Are you good to go? We're kind of on the clock here. Where's your wife?
You'll have to make sure she's okay.
Okay.
The bag by the stairs. He starts motioning in that direction, and you quick glance, you see the staircase with the bag on the floor. You'll find there's some cans of food there, a few bottles of water. You're staying in the farm, yes?
Well, yeah, yeah. I tried to do my part, but Joe
That's good.
looks after
That's
us.
good. The man Calvin, he's still staying there, yes?
Yeah.
His eyes look straight at you. It's the coldest gaze you've ever gotten from someone who was casually talking to you. I'll need you to kill him.
What?
I'll need you to kill Calvin.
Cool. Well, let's talk about wish lists once we're back. Yeah.
He breaks eye
Are you
contact.
good to travel?
His gaze starts looking at the walls. I I think this is where my journey ends. And we cut back upstairs to you, Joe. You're walking towards the bathroom. You can hear the trickling water. As you get to the door, you see the puddle of water already creeping out from under the door. You think you know what has happened in that room.
I still try to rush in. Like, Mom? Like, it's in disbelief.
You shove the door open as you step in, your feet, splashing against the water. And you find an image of your mother you never would have wanted to see.
No.
And yet somehow, in her death, she is beautiful. Your mother is fetal position in the tub. Her hair has been neatly combed back, tied. Her hands are wrapped in front of her. You could see the tear on her forearm. She had been bitten. But you could see how it seems your father might have at least tried to give her a decent death.
I rush in and like scoop my mother's body out of the water. I'm like, and holding it. Like, is there a way for me to know how long it has been since her death? Like, how many days? Is there a way for?
Lifting her, as you try to lift her from the water, she's a dead weight. Even with the water, she's tremendously heavy. Please roll medicine. You have 5 dice, and you have 1 die for stress. I shall get back to you. Chris, you hear the howl from upstairs, and you hear the father. She's learning now. She's learning that it was too late for her mother.
And I'm just gonna back up slightly triple myself, and I'm gonna follow the whale. Joe?
You are rushing up the steps, and halfway up the steps, the father suddenly collapses, dropping to the ground.
Oh,
You
damn it. Okay. Okay. Shit. I am going. I'm staying with the man. He's like I don't know anything about anything, but first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to try slapping his face a little bit. Hey, hey!
You head back down, you pick him up, and as he looks at you, his eyes are barely open, and he tells you, "I'm sorry. I didn't think she made it either.
Made
You'll
it?
have
What
to
do you...
take care of Joe from now
Oh,
on."
fuck off, man. Come on, for God's sake. You are fucking alive and stay that way. I'm gonna tell her, hey, look at me. Are you bitten? Are you bitten?
I took the pills.
What? Can I...
He says it
Do I see a
again,
bite?
and as he says, "I took the pills" a second time, your eyes turn and you see a bottle of sleeping pills on that chair outside in the backyard beside the fire.
Do I see a bite? That's the important thing. That's what
No,
I need to know.
you
Okay.
find no bite,
This is
son.
not my first overdose. Is it possible that I can use... I'm thinking like I'm just going to stick my hand down his mouth until he gags, or I kill him myself. Like everything I know about how to get him back.
Your mind is
Yeah.
racing on ways you could try to save him.
Yeah.
You know, in the end, he'll still need hospitalization or at least the help of an actual doctor. And as your mind is racing through all these possibilities, we jump back to the other group.
Yeah.
Enzo, Tenza,
Why?
the two of you are indoors, and as you climb upstairs to the second floor, Indian guy has closed off the ground level, and the two of you with Duck and Nancy turn to see him by the door. Oh, oh! Thank God you are all here. You are all you. Are any of you bitten? And you have to be honest. You have to tell me if any of you are hurt.
None of us have been bitten, gotten close enough to walkers today.
That's good. That's good. I I was I was hoping to. He looks at the four of you. I want to help you, but I am afraid there is not much else I can do. This is not a safe place to stay in. This is not a safe city. There is only a handful of us left still alive, still human. The rest are walkers. My family, there used to be 7 of us here. Will you let me help you?
Killed any walkers.
No.
My mic's been muted the whole time. Sorry.
My son was the one who devised the entrance. My other son insisted that I have a gun. My 2 daughters, they were out for supplies and they never came back. My wife, she insisted that they were alive, and my sons tried to find them. That was a month ago. And I have been too scared to leave. I have been too scared to try to look for them that my wife decided to do it herself. I know now they are dead, and this is my punishment for not having courage. Let me at least help you.
Hmm. Well, we do thank you for letting us in. Though the best way would be through with the map. That we do need a map of the area.
Yes, yes. He goes to the table. He digs through the things and he pulls out one of those folded maps. Hands it to you, and it's that moment you both can smell a stronger presence of something alcoholic in the air.
Ooh.
Or like when you open the thing, like out of
It's coming from the room, and following it with your nose, Tenza, you find by the window there's a table. On the table, there are 7 bottles, and each bottle that reeks of alcohol is stoppered with cloth.
these.
I was thinking to try to draw the walkers to me, to burn them away. But I was still too scared. He picks up the bottle. He picks up a second one. And then walking up to you, Tenza, he offers both.
Will guide him to being with us. Worried that you will either of court or for the whole.
Nancy leans close to you, Tenza, and Nancy interrupts you, whispering, "You're not suggesting he's going with us, are you? He's just going to slow us down."
But I'm just gonna ask him. You need any food?
There is still enough here in my shop for a bit more.
I'm just gonna give him the other 3 bags of chips that he has on him. Bottle of water. As sort of trade for the Molotovs.
His eyes widen in shock as you do this kindness. He breaks into tears and mutters, "Shiana, you were right. There are still nice people in the world." And as he weeps and hugs the chips, crushing them in his embrace, Nancy turns to you and says, "Well, that's good and all, but we have to go. If we're supposed to find your friends, we have to go."
We'll go now. Hope you do. Finding others with things they need. Don't have to find. But knowing that where to go, you'll most likely be left behind. You for the peace. And I hope you see.
I had failed my family. If this brings any penance for my failures, then thank you for allowing me this chance.
Not everyone. One has their own way.
As you gather the stuff, Enzo, what are you doing?
Enzo is actually going to look around, or like try to peer through any of the windows to like see on like what's going on outside, or if like the walkers have moved along outside.
Outside, the walkers are not yet at that block where the store is, but further down the road, you see they've emerged, meaning the moment you step out, they will see.
Mm. Enzo is
So
actually going to
the
ask
moment,
as
basically, the
well.
moment you step out, you have to go.
Okay. Enzo is going to ask as well, like, why is everyone like hiding in this city if it's so full of walkers?
The man looks at you and admits, because it is home. And for some of us, it is a home we are willing to die defending. For others, it is because the journey beyond the city is unthinkable. Even if the rumors are true, there is a society beyond the bridge.
Huh. Uh, do you happen to know if there's a fireworks store anywhere?
He looks at you. Fireworks?
Yeah, the place, any place that like sells fireworks.
I have a box, he offers.
Oh my god.
We used to sell them when celebrations would come.
Well, if you're still wanting to last long to help others, like Tenza said here, and he looks at Tenza. Like, I can happily take the boxes off of you, and we can probably place that somewhere far off at least to attract the horde away.
Come, I'll show you where it is. I think my assistant Milo left it in the other basement. He hasn't been coming in for the last few weeks since the thing happened, and he starts making his way towards the staircase.
Enzo follows him.
Nancy turns back to you, Tenza, and mutters, "So with this map, we sort of know where Joe went, given she mentioned the address. But then we also have this place where we think Jacob, your friend Jacob, went. Which one are we targeting first?"
Well, from what we do, we can go to where Jacob is and loop back around. Go.
And what exactly are you hoping to accomplish when you see Jacob? Just so I understand. Because I've heard a lot of interesting stories from the others in the farmhouse about Jacob. He's not exactly well liked.
Neither am I.
She smiles. You get that too, huh?
Always.
Well, I can relate. I wasn't that popular in my group either.
Well, you wouldn't beat it up into the back of a bucket. Well,
She looks at you. You see the smile on her face. Why did you save me? I mean, you opened that trunk, you could have just seen another liability, another security breach to your farmhouse.
On go of ass. Two, I don't want a Christian lady preaching.
She smiles. You're good guys, you know. I didn't think I'd see it out here, but your group's a bunch of good people.
Guess you can.
Cutting to Enzo. Enzo,
Mhm.
you're making your way down the stairs, and this time, rather than stop at the ground level, you continue further down. The man
Mhm.
continues explaining. We normally keep down here things that we do not need until seasonal, St. Patrick, um, the cultural festivals, Chinese New Year. And upon getting to that lower level, you reach a closed door.
Mhm.
You should find
Oh.
the box here. She starts pushing the door open. Enzo? Sorry, I thought
Yep.
you were going to say something.
Well, it's good to see that at the very least you still have them.
He shoves the door open, and it's with some effort. The place
Enzo
reeks
helps him.
down here. It's like maybe there was a sewage pipe with a leak or something down here in the basement. And as the smell assaults you, he mutters, "I'm just annoyed that Milo hasn't helped me move things ever since the whole thing happened. You think he would have at least gone to check on me after the world ended?" He laughs a bit. The
Was
basement
he?
is not well lit.
Oh, okay.
Sorry?
Yeah, Enzo's going to look at him like, was Enzo or was Milo? I'm Enzo. Was Milo like trusted employee?
Um, Shopkeeper turns to you and is about to answer when a
Uh-huh.
figure emerges from the darkness and suddenly grabs hold of him from behind. As the figure's hands clamp on the shopkeeper's shoulders, he turns, yelping in surprise. You do what?
The moment he sees that, he's going to, with the butt of his shotgun, like immediately hit the arm off of him, like get the
Roll.
arm off of the. What will I roll?
Close combat.
Close combat, right? Do I get any bonus since I'm using the shotgun?
Improvised weapon. That's, I think, 1 die.
Okay.
That's just a
Yeah.
Halloween zombie arm.
God. I'm thinking Jurassic Park. Ironically, I'm thinking Jurassic Park. Jurassic. That's where Milo. God. Okay. Let's. Sorry.
We are down to our last R, I believe.
Hour and
Uh,
a
two.
half.
Wait. Is it hour and a quarter or
Hour and
45?
a half. Hour
Isn't
and a
it?
half. Hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
You're okay.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And the results?
Zero successes. Oh wait, I almost forgot. Wait, stress. Zero successes and zero walkers.
You raise the butt of the gun. The guy is in the way. You're unable to smash. And as the guy turns, Milo, is that you? They kind of switch positions. Shopkeeper's now in the dark. Milo comes into view, illuminated by the hallway light. And you see the walker that is clamped onto the shopkeeper and about to bite into his throat. We shall jump back to you.
Fuck.
No.
As we jump back to Chris.
Trauma.
Your mind is racing. You can make him vomit, but that won't necessarily save him. That'll just buy him time. His stomach has to either be pumped out or something. depending on how long has it been since he's been taking those pills. Make him puke anyway.
He wouldn't be thinking like that. I get. Here's a fun story for you, friends, as far as like medical impossibilities go. Nikki Sixx of the band Motley Crue officially died in an ambulance after being given adrenaline. He was instructed that it was to be called DOA, as in time of death. The other ambulance person was a fan and said, "Hell no, Nikki Sixx is not dying in my ambulance," and gave him a second shot of adrenaline, where he then brought him back. Nikki Sixx told them to stop the ambulance, told them to fuck off, and went off and got high again. Somehow that man is alive. So shit happens, is my point.
Yeah.
And so with that, I really don't mind. I think the first thing he would do is look through anything in the kitchen that would be an equivalent. So something like Ipecac, which is like a specific thing that's designed to make you throw up your guts. That's what he'd be looking for first. If he can't find that, he'll try and find like eggs and just like anything with like really runny texture, and just go, come on. And this is believe it or not, probably the most calm he's been for a couple of days. It's not the first time someone's OD'd on him. So
Hey,
Sounds
let's
good.
go save my dad, please. I'm stressing out here.
I'm not whether it's a miracle or not, I don't know, but I do feel like if anyone would be able to do it, it would be Chris.
Yeah, let's go, Chris.
And who knows, it might just work. It is the last session. Let us have you roll a scout roll to scavenge what you need this very moment.
Okay, can do. Alright, so need to find, because I've got like 1200 tabs. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah. Stand by. That's the one. Okay, scout. I can't really justify my binoculars, that would be funny. So that's
Just use it in reverse, so that way you can check from inside.
Okay, so 5, 6 D6s, and 2 stress. Okay. Okay. 2 successes, no walkers.
You find the thing you wanted. You find it on one of the shelves, and as you grab hold of it, you hurry back to Joe's father. He's right now flat on the ground, face down, a puddle of drool spreading on the floor in front of him. Propping him up, the guy is not responding to any slapping on the face. He's totally out of it. How do you administer it?
Okay, well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prop his jaw open, and I'm going to basically just... because Ipecac is literally designed to make you vomit, like, from top to tail. It also comes out the back end, fun fact. IPEKAK, so yeah, it's effective. So what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to... If he's not responding, I'm going to, because I assume it's got like plastic rims, you know how like a bottle cap like gets screwed on? So a bottle top has rims. I'm putting the rim in his teeth, and he can just chug it for a minute while I drag him up to the bathroom, because I don't know what's going on, but shower is what he needs. He needs water, right? He needs water in the face. So that's what I'm going to try and do. Actually, here's a question. Would water still be operating, or is that long gone?
We'll find out. I've been sometimes
in the city many times.
Yeah.
So,
city, yes.
Which is where I am. So in the water, so water would be operational. Cool. All right. Then I'm going to do that, and I just go, Joe, help!
Shoving the thing into his mouth, administering the emetic into his throat, so he starts drinking it. As the bottle goes down, you drop the bottle and you start dragging his body to the closest bathroom as you call for help. The dogs are still barking and howling outside the door. They're still trying to find a way to get in, or at least get someone to come out. But your yells, your calls, and the barking all seem ignored as we pan upstairs. Joe, your mother, still in the tub, quiet. As you pull her free from the water and the water splashes in all directions, you slide the body to the ground. You're holding her cold, heavy body.
Yep. I'm crying. I'm thinking it's like white noise when I'm hearing Chris like screaming at me like,
Joe, your dad is fucking dying. Help me.
I see my mother and like soaked with the water and then like seeing like the role you said for medicine, I unfortunately did not succeed at all. So
My mind is racing too much, too many things in your head. Your grief, thoughts, overthinking, regrets. You're unable to focus. You're holding her body. You're weeping and crying. You're ignoring the voices, and then you think you feel her hand clutch your shoulder tighter.
oh no.
You-
Like in a good way?
She alive?
Absolutely
She
not.
alive?
Did she?
I mean it's
Or
a
was it just you imagining things?
I look again. Is her hand gripping me, or is she? Cause like she's
Looking
bitten.
down, her hand's just hanging there near your shoulder.
Like it's messing with me. I would, in that moment of grief, I'm hearing Chris and my dad down there, and then it's like, I can't lose him too. I I apologize to her in teary eyes. Like, I'm sorry I didn't make it in time. I should have been here sooner. I should have checked. And I lower her back to the tub and run down with like my eyes are red. Like you can tell I've just cried. And there's like messy snot. I'm not, it's an ugly cry. And my
Where
clothes are soaked as I rush
I
down.
think I would have made it to the
Wait.
top of the stairs in that interim.
Well, one moment. You're lowering her back into the tub. Both of you, please gain stress. I forgot to mention. Both
Yes,
of you
yes.
should have
Oh
a
yeah.
pump up stress. And as you
Definitely.
slide her body down, you turn to leave the bathroom, knowing Chris needs you, fighting against the emotions swirling around you. But as you reach the bathroom door, you hear some splash. Was there movement in the water behind you?
I look.
You see the waters are rippling. Your mother is still in the tub.
Uh, I think it's just like when I place the body and I'm just like I'm like the senses are just messing with me, but right now I'm just gonna go down.
You grab hold of the doorknob and you turn it to open the door, and it's that moment you realize some other sound that you were ignoring earlier. The barking, it's gone. Instead, they're all howling. And it's while you hear the dogs howling that you hear the sound of something rising from the water, droplets splattering down. And from the mirror in the bathroom wall, you see your mother has risen from the tub. Gain one more
No.
stress.
No.
Chris,
Yay.
you're yelling, Joe, your father's dying down here. And that's the moment the dogs start howling outside.
Right.
You've reached the ground level bathroom. You drag the father into the shower area.
Okay, there's
The shower
two
area in the
different
bathroom is
shower
not a tub.
areas. Okay.
It's
Alright.
it's that small divider beside the toilet.
I had a bougie house.
Yeah, I'm just going to the Ipecac works pretty quickly, so I'm going to lay him on his side so he doesn't choke on it. And I'm going to start pouring the cold water down and just go, come on, motherfucker.
As you place him on the floor and turn him to the side, it's that moment he starts going through the motions. The projectile vomit splashes against the wall and the floor. You reach for the cold water, and you hear the howling noises. It's haunting. It's almost like the dogs can sense something has shifted. Splashing the water on the father, his hand juts out and suddenly grabs you trying to grab your arm.
Okay.
you-
Yeah, I got you. It's okay. Better out
He
than in. Come on,
continues.
let it all up.
He continues to go through the vomit. It's almost like he's possessed with each gout he unleashes against the wall.
Mm.
He gasps for breath as he does so.
It's no
His
good, huh?
nails are biting into your skin.
Okay, all right. Good.
Excellent.
Okay.
And it's that moment you hear glass shattering somewhere upstairs. And you realize, shit, is there a reason Joe's not answering?
Keep open. Ooh. Okay.
Is he in mid? Is he still going?
Yes, unfortunately.
Well, he's gonna be for a while. I'm gonna whatever it gets on my chest or whatever. I'm gonna pull his hair up, and he just goes, "Do not leave this tub. Stay where the fuck you are, or I will break your knees. You understand?" And I'm gonna put him back down, and I'm going to and stay on your side. Stay on your side. You understand?
Don't drown when I get back.
Well, that'd be difficult because it's a shower, but not impossible, I suppose. That's the best I can do, and then I'm going to rush up because there's
No
not
problem.
much else I can do. Water's splashing, things are happening.
There's only one
Hopefully
Chris.
he's conscious enough to stay
Yeah,
on the side. So
that's fine. Chris, I'll get back to you. But at least I know you're heading up. Joe,
yeah.
you hear the splashing of water. You hear the howls, and as you see in the mirror, your mother is standing, and the next thing you know, she's lunged for you. I need you to roll mobility to get out of the way.
Pain. My mobility. This anxiety.
Mama.
Boom, 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 boom. I mean, to make you cry. It was 777.
Carry on.
Carry on. It doesn't really matter. Yay! One success. Woohoo! On the
You
strike.
dodge out of the way as she slams into the mirror where you were seeing her from. The glass splinters and shatters on the ground as she starts to recover from that attempted charge and turn towards you. What are you doing?
I am going to yeah, I am crying internally. Joe's in this moment, she remembers. I forgot who killed Otto during that
A
time.
zombie.
No. Who Mercy killed, shot him. Did somebody do a shot?
Chris.
And she would have this core memory of Chris shooting Otto and realizing she's a step too late. And goddamn it. At that moment, someone's hands reaching out and trying to scare me. I would try to shoot her, just end it.
Your hand moves as quickly as your brain will allow it as you try to raise the gun to fire. Range combat for you is agility 2-0 skill, and then you have stress, which was 3. It increases to 4. So you please roll your 6 dice, with 4 of them being stress dice.
4. Okay, I'm gonna update my sheet first. Anxiety. It's anxiety. A total of
6 dice.
Anxiety. It's anxiety. Anxiety. Of course she wouldn't shoot her mom. It's all a fail. No
Any
walkers.
walkers on the stress dice?
No.
You grab the weapon out, and as you raise it, you're unable to pull the trigger. She stumbles forward to try to grab hold of you, and you dodge out of the way reflexively. You do not slip into the tub, thankfully, as she tries to still grab hold of you in this tight space. At this point, Chris had given his warnings and is rushing out of the bathroom to head upstairs, so we still continue your scene, Joe. Still trapped in this small room with the howling dogs, she tries to lunge at you another time. Are you hoping to fire and shoot before she grabs you, or are you still trying to dodge?
I would like to I'm just like, there's tears blurring my vision. I just like, this is a mercy kill. I need to kill her. Like, there's so much, like, I have to kill my mother. This is on me. There's blood on my hands. I have to kill her. Like, kind of. Like, I need to get back to the farm. I need to get back to the farm. Like, that's all her brain is at the moment. I need to kill,
Given-
I need to go to Calvin. Like, right now she's just...
Given you are more focused on firing, I'll give you now the 3 extra dice from the shotgun. So you have 5 dice for the shotgun and 4 dice for stress.
Okay, so that's 5 plus 4, 9. Right? 1,
Yes.
2, 3. I roll.
Oh.
How many successes?
1 success, 1 walker.
How many walkers? As you fire, the blast pops the shoulder, exploding the left arm away. Your mother stumbles against you and crashes into you, and we cut away from that moment as we cut to you, Chris. You're rushing up the steps, and as you get to the second floor landing, you hear the gunshot. And it came from the bathroom door that's closed right now.
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
What do you do, Chris?
Rushing for it. I don't think he's thinking particularly clearly, so yeah, he just wrenches open the door and he doesn't have his gun ready as of yet.
You rush forward, you
He has
grab
it in his
hold of the
hands,
doorknob.
but smart thing to do would be to do that. But yeah, anyway, go on.
As you shove the door open,
Mhm.
you see the sight of Joe on the ground, the walker upon her, its mouth held back by one hand that's keeping the head away. Joe is alive and struggling. The walker is alive and struggling. Joe, please give me 2 dice and give me the numbers. I'll get back to you. Chris, what are you doing?
She's down here. The walker's on top. Correct.
33. 33.
The walker's upon her, trying to get closer while she's holding it back. One hand holding the walker's neck, the other hand holding the walker's chest. Her own gun on her chest between them.
Okay. Is it
that must
okay
be hot.
if I roll for myself just a composure roll of some kind, just to kind of determine where I'd be at? Because the smart thing to do would be to make a shot, but I don't think I'm there. But I'm not going to do it if it means that I accidentally kill her trying to get my shit together. So this is just for flavor. Is that okay?
System-wise, that would be represented by walker dice coming out from your stress.
That's what I mean.
So the most you can do is, if she's your anchor, it could be a declaration of you're using that moment to connect with her now as your anchor and to get rid of the stress. You know, Joe, do you trust me? That sort of.
Okay.
It's that
I
sort of an
understand.
exchange.
Trying to look here. Yeah, this is just for flavor, but I that's not quite what I mean. I just want to know if he has his head on straight or not, and he doesn't. So I am going to well, I've got stress dice, I might as well use them, but this is just for flavor because I do want to actually shoot it because that's what I'm better at. So let's find out. Nope. Therefore, I think what I'm going to do is well, I can't get my frying pan. I'm sorry. I'm thinking this through. I would
Right.
probably try and physically intervene, but the head is right there.
Grab it by the hair.
I think so. I think that makes the most sense. Yeah. So just like pull her back, and then get out of the way so that Joe can do it. That's probably like this, like that initial thing, right? Because like that's the smart thing, and then there's I had no idea if this was happening, and this is in front of me, right? So
Yes.
it seems more, yeah. So
Force. That'll be force.
force, which is 4
I think
dice.
you have 4 dice in force,
3
and then don't
stress.
forget your stress. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you for showing me cats in this stressful time.
No walkers, one success.
Someone's showing me cats on the side because I'm stressed.
You hurry to the side. You grab hold of the hair and you pull. As you pull, he's shoved away from Joe. Joe, you see your opening. What was your numbers again, Joe?
33.
You could fire the shotgun now and close the moment.
I would. In this moment, I just like I let out this like anguish scream. It's like almost like feral levels of like it's like there's spit and like it's just anguish as she takes that shot.
At that close range, you fire the shotgun. Your mother breaks into pieces from the hello.
Yes.
Oh no, hello,
Yes,
am I there?
We're here.
We hear
Okay.
you. Yes.
I lost visuals of all of you. Okay, there, it's back.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
From that close range,
Concerned.
I was working, got disconnected. Your mother's upper body is pulverized by the not officially pulverized, but torn apart by the shotgun blast. But from that close range, you yourself feel some of the splintering of the ammunition. Mark down that you've taken 2 points of damage, Joe.
Okay. Yeah. I will.
As you fall back down on the ground, your body dotted with all these small wounds from the splintering of the shell that had exploded. And Chris, you're holding the scalp that's left of the mother's head.
Ugh.
All around, you see the mess that has decorated the walls and the ceiling, and the body has crumbled to the ground.
I'm just going to go on instinct here. And as horrible as it is to say, I don't think. I mean, this is particularly gnarly. But again, given the career he had, this might not have been the first execution that he's seen either. And he's just going to. And he's not going to say anything. He just hooks his arm under both her arms, lifts her up. He's not asking for confirmation. He's just on instinct, and he's just dragging her away. I limply close the door behind me. If Joe fights me, that's a different story.
No, I'm just too like it's almost like you're dragging a zombie. She's just
A
zombie.
dead weight, yeah. That's what I figured. So in that case, I'm going to take her down and take her to her dad, who I hope is not dead, but
It's best be.
As you drag Joe down the steps, each step echoed by a thud of her legs hitting the step behind you.
we probably trip down a couple because our feet are covered in gore.
Neither of you notice that the dogs have gone silent, and we cut to an external shot. The dogs are all staring up. They've gone silent after hearing the shotgun shot. The chihuahua runs off, and all the 8 others run away as well. Tenza.
Yep.
Yeah, we're fine. This is fine. This is fine. I'm gonna look at my cat videos now. De-stress.
Enzo,
Yep.
you see the walker that is upon the shop owner.
Enzo is immediately going to, like, he's going to use the butt of the rifle now to literally block the teeth of the walker. Or the butt of the shotgun to, like, the stock to, like, catch the walker's mouth. Or at the very least, that's the very least. At the very most, maybe literally knock it like a baseball bat onto its head.
Beat on the bread.
Roll
Beat on the
close
bread.
combat with one additional die.
Okay.
And while you're rolling, Tenza, you upstairs realize Enzo's taking a while.
Yeah, he will. Will head down. Considering we are about to leave, so he's going to go and help with carrying things. If there's more things to be carried than thought to be.
What is the distribution of the Molotovs? There were 7 bottles.
I believe he handed 2 to Tenza, if I remember. And then to
Mhm.
Enzo and Nancy.
So 2 to Tenza, 2 to Nancy, 2 to Enzo,
That, yeah, Enzo would have
and
definitely taken 2.
the last one is with Duck. Okay.
Yep.
Just making sure I have that clear. So you head downstairs, Tenza.
Yep.
You head down the steps, and as you reach the ground level, you hear some movement outside the door. Damn it, the walkers are starting to arrive. As you head further downstairs to the basement, that's where you hear the conflict going on. Enzo, what's your role?
1 success, no walkers.
You slam the butt against the walker's face into its mouth. A number of teeth fly out as the walker stumbles backwards briefly. The shop owner has dropped to the ground and scrambling with his arms, he lifts up and turns on a flashlight. It illuminates the walker, and you see the walker in his neon green vest, long sleeves, and jeans, and an ID that says, "Hi, I'm Milo."
God damn it. The moment, at that moment, he's going to like literally uh push it down to like force it down onto the ground, just so that way he has the leverage against it.
Stepping forward, you use the rifle to shove it down to the ground, and as you shove it to the ground, the shopkeeper is, "Oh my god, you've been here all this time? It's been 2 weeks." The place smells of bad sweat and sour, very sour food. And as you shove the walker to the ground, you realize on the side there's a floor mat. There's a bunch of, there's a metal tin that used to have biscuits. There's a few bottles that you realize think of urine. You think this guy has been living down here.
He looks he looks at the shopkeeper is like, wait, you didn't know he's been living down here? As he looks at the like glancing at like the bottle of waste.
Keeper looks at you and shakes his head. "I locked this place up, and that was that was a day before the whole thing happened. It's been at least a few months down here." And Tenza, as you arrive down, you see the commotion that's happening. Do you help out?
Yeah, I'll help out, and it's like, so I can clearly see that there's the walker there.
Mm-hmm.
He's just gonna try and drive the spear through the head of the walker.
You walk into the basement, past the shopkeeper, approaching Enzo, and as you raise the spear, before you stab Tenza, please roll me your stress dice.
Oh no.
Okay, it's a 4.
You raise the spear to stab the walker in the ground. It's that moment you hear a growl, and to your right, just beside the spear, you see a second figure emerge from the darkness. The second figure reaches to claw at you, but you're able to shove it back briefly for some window of time with your spear. Milo's not the only walker in the basement.
God damn it.
What
How the
do you
hell
do,
did this guy
Tenza?
not know?
He's gonna quickly finish off Milo and to the other one.
You stab the spear down at Milo. Please roll close combat. Don't forget your bonuses. I'll give you 2 extra bonuses thanks to Enzo pinning him down.
9 plus the 1.
Wait. Spear gives you 2 extra dice.
Yep, that I've already put.
Oh, okay, there. Okay, I see it.
Yep.
Go for it.
Oh. 2 successes.
Rolling.
The walkers.
The spear penetrates the skull, killing the walker instantly. With your second success, what do you want to do with it?
He's gonna whip it around and take out the legs of the other walker first. So,
The second walker feels the spear tear into its leg. It drops to one knee. The shopkeeper aims the light at it. He brought a friend with him. He's a bit surprised, but as the light shines onto that second walker, Enzo, you, and Tenza are shocked to see a third walker in the far wall, hissing and growling at the two of you because this third walker is still tied up against one of the fences, one of the shelves.
She said, "Do you have a basement door aside from
The
this one?"
shopkeeper shakes his head. No, this is the only way in and out of this basement.
The Enzo like tries looking to like see if there's any leaking sunlight from within the basement or anything that could have looked like where these are coming from. If especially since this man has had his son make a fenced-in like entrance, like a specialized entrance, and then suddenly there's 3 walkers in here, and he didn't know Milo was in here. So this guy's not a psycho.
You find the only window in the basement, and it's this narrow window where a person could have squeezed through had it not been owned by a Southeast Asian guy who does not trust the world and installed bars.
How the hell are they? Huh? Like Enzo's so confused, but like immediately he's gonna get up and like, the third one's stuck. The second one is coming at us, right?
No, the second one has been stabbed in the leg, so it's delayed
Okay.
for now. The third one is hissing at all of you, but is tied to the shelf.
No, it's the third one still currently tied. Enzo is immediately with the with the rest of it with the stock of the gun. He's going to like bash the overhead the other one. He's not gonna shoot.
Go close combat.
Yep. Two successes. No walkers.
Butt of the rifle shatters the skull. Second one falls down, destroyed. And with your second success, do you finish off the third one, or do you do something else?
Yeah, he's gonna finish off the third one just because, like,
It's destroys me.
You close in and you shatter the brains of the third one. The third one is crushed against the wall and falls limp. Shopkeeper is overwhelmed. He must have been secretly living down here. He must have had his friends over. Had I locked them in here all this time?
he looks over at him and is like, I like, when was the last time you sent out Milo?
That was before it all happened. That was. He seems struggling to remember right now. Tenza, you see by the door movement and turning, you see Doc coming into view. He motions to keep quiet. And he mouths walkers outside.
So, quiet. But try and keep quiet.
Things slow down. Now that the walkers are dead, scanning the basement, you find no other walkers. You do find the box of fireworks, and on top of it, you see paraphernalia that is used for recreational drug and sex use. It
Jesus
kind of
Christ.
paints a picture on why these three were probably hiding out down here without realizing the world was ending around them. However, it's confirmed as you peer out the windows as well that a number of the walkers have started to reach the front of this building. You may wait it out. You don't know how long that will take. Or you may risk a fight back to the truck.
How long, or rather, Enzo's going to look at him and ask, "Do you have roof access?"
Yes.
He looks over at Tenza. Is like, "How good's your throwing arm?"
Okay.
He looks at him and shakes the box of fireworks. Like, think we can maybe get ourselves out of the way, or rather, get them out of the way.
Try that, and if need be.
Nancy glances at the two of you and shakes her head. Fireworks would draw too many things. It might lure away those close enough, but it would lure a lot more things further away from us. Are you sure you want to do that?
He looks at Nancy. He's like, I mean, considering that we're just gonna be waiting here, and I don't think exactly we can be waiting here. And even then, at least it would let, get something out of the way.
Nancy nods. Just thought you should know. Duck, of course. So what's the plan?
Well, fireworks, but I mean, like, we'd have to basically toss it off to somewhere else, like somewhere at least far enough for us to get the car started and not get out of the way.
I'm just looking at the bodies.
What do you mean?
Both Duck and Nancy stare at you. Duck, of course, mutters, "Oh, you're gonna do that thing again, aren't you?"
You're gonna do what now? Do what? He's like,
Oh
confused.
god. Sweet summer child.
And you see very large muscular Duck as he realizes what you plan to do.
If you do not like gory, I suggest you. Good. Oh, nice.
Enzo's gonna have like a disgusted look on his face. He's like, if you're gonna do that, he's gonna wipe the butt of his gun on Tenzo's shirt already, just to get that cleaned up. There.
We cut to ground level. Enzo, you are with the shopkeeper, waiting. We cut to upstairs. Duck is staring at the stairwell to the ceiling, to the rooftop. We cut to the stairwell at the rooftop. Tenza, you are cutting up the corpses of the three bodies, finding parts that you could use. And to your surprise, Nancy comes up, sits on the side near you, and mutters, "You think that'll fit for me? I don't think you should go out there alone."
It's kind of sussy. She's very sussy.
On another person's face before.
Can I use my knife?
Oh, go ahead. We do need to, but the blood is left on.
She looks at you. She thrusts the blade into the body, and then you're surprised at what she does. Rather than get the skin to use as a mask, she starts pulling chunks out and rubbing it against her clothes. Or rather, rubbing it against the sheet she's placed over her clothes. She mutters, "You don't really have to wear them, you know. You just have to smell like them." Your eyes stare at her, Has she done this before?
Kind of
It's gonna be
sad.
like, oh, that's what she's doing.
You got a
But
friend in me.
then he's gonna look back at his work and it's like,
Okay.
this is more of a person.
She looks at you and smiles. You remind me of someone I knew.
I'm gonna sleep beside this man tonight.
Somebody
We-
that I used to know.
We cut to Joe and
Yeah,
Chris.
trauma.
As you get downstairs, the father is okay.
Yay!
Yay!
Both of you can lose one stress. As you help the father sit back up. He's still tired from all the vomiting. He's still dehydrated. But he, of course, is alive and he smiles. I didn't think I'd live to see you're still alive, Joe.
I slap him, by the way. That's my response. Bang! Slap across the
Aiden, move over, everyone. We're just gonna sit for a minute, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna like angle the shower head, and we're all just gonna sit
Yeah,
and
but
let it wash off.
I will slap my dad
Nice,
though. That's
nice,
that's
nice.
her response to everything. Her
That's
affection
your
is
initial thing, yeah.
slap.
I'll allow another point of stress gone thanks to the shower
Yeah.
and the slap.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all very good. They're all very good actions.
Like, don't do that again, Dad. Don't do that to me again.
Sorry, it's just that I thought I've lost all of you, and I didn't really think I could live on alone.
I know.
I get it, man.
You have to understand. We went all around. We even met this group called the Society, thinking you were there, but we didn't find any sign of you.
Yeah, I know.
Society.
Society.
Once I'm clean enough, I'm gonna probably leave to let them have a moment. Sopping wet and pink as I now am. I'm gonna squeeze Joe's knee. I think he's too delirious and out of his mind on adrenaline to realize that that's rather forward for Chris, but he does it anyway. He's gonna kind of, he won't say anything. He'll just kind of limp out and lightly, not entirely, but kind of close the door behind him. And he will just lie down on the couch and go, Joe, we've probably got. And I'll probably just go like that. Like,
Yeah.
tap on my invisible watch and leave it at that. And I'll leave it to it.
I think, Dad, we need to go home.
He's a good man, Joe.
I know. But we need to go home. We're gonna go home, okay, Dad?
Well, there's a car, but I don't know if we can still use it.
We have our own car. We just need to meet up with the others.
Looks at you. Others.
Yeah, there was a group that came with me. Well, they were looking for someone else, but I came as soon as I could to this house. I had a feeling you guys would be here. I wish I came sooner. Like, you see her, like, she's still, like, grief-stricken, seeing how she's seen her mother. It's like, how long did she turn? How long was it? How many hours was it? I could have been here sooner. I could have stopped you from taking stupid pills. I could have stopped Mother from getting bitten.
It's not your fault, Joe.
You know it is. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for me.
No, Joe. We all make our choices. Maybe if I was a better father, you would have never left. Maybe if I listened to your mother, I wouldn't have built a farm, and instead I got into business.
The farm
We
would
always we could always find reasons to blame ourselves, but the fact is, we just do what we think is best every time.
The farm's the only stability I've had left. Everything in the world fell apart. None of my stupid aspirations, my pushback for not wanting the family business. The farm's still there. Everything else fell apart, fell to shit. You made the right call. You and Mom did.
He looks at you. Let's find your people.
You need to go.
He slowly stands up.
I'll guide him through it because I know he's still like he just puked a lot. So it's like, yeah, he's probably not in the best state to
You
move
are
about.
starting now to piece together. He was practically in a memorial state backyard, burning all the effects, waiting for death to come to him.
I see.
Chris, they're talking indoors. You're waiting out there when you notice a scampering near one of the fences.
Okay.
One of the dogs has snuck in
Snuck into.
the backyard.
Hmm.
You see it from here in the living room area. You have the screen door, and the dog has come in. It looks around, and then it seems to sniff the place where the father was earlier.
I checked for bites.
Glancing, looking at the body carefully, you don't seem to see any bites. The dog turns and sees you.
Oh, sorry, not the dog, but I checked for bites on the father.
The father? Yes,
I
there were
did
none. There weren't
establish
any.
that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very interesting. You keep. I think it's a coincidence, but I like that. Like animals just seem to appear around Chris. It's very interesting. And the Snow White, Latino Snow White. I'll just kind of look over. I don't think I would have gone too far, and I would have collected the gun that I hid and just have that sort of ready.
Grabbing the gun from the cushion, you see the dog in the backyard suddenly in a more tense state, but not looking at you. It's looking somewhere towards the side. Peering out of the glass panels near the door, that's when you see there is a car. And there are two people right now. The two people who are standing beside the car are waving at the third person who has emerged from your house. The person who has emerged seems to be carrying a backpack that's filled with things, but seems to be miming that there's no one inside.
Inside the house that I'm currently in.
No, your house. The house you live in.
Right.
Your apartment.
Oh gosh.
Yes. You see the three now getting into the car. Do you let it leave? Do you?
So to be clear, they're scouting out the apartment building that I went in. They were already in there, weren't they? I can assume it's probably those guys.
The two in the car must have come to pick up the third guy who was already in your apartment earlier.
I can't think of a reason he would. The only thing that was of real value, I imagine, would be around his neck. Would be like a rosary which has a little bit of gold in it. That's the most that his family could have afforded. It was probably an heirloom. He's got it around his neck. Everything else would have just been crucifixes, Bibles, and cheap stuff because we didn't have a lot. As much as I want to, and I see the hook, there's no desire. He's just like, what is that? Unless he happened to recognize them, and it doesn't sound like it.
Total strangers.
He
Just
just
letting you know, just resolving that sound you heard in your apartment. Yep, there was someone ransacking.
Someone was
As
ransacking.
the car is driving down the road to leave, it abruptly stops. And you realize one of them is pointing out the window and motioning in your direction. You don't think they spotted you, but then you realized, fuck, the motorcycle.
No.
Dude, check it out. There's a motorcycle up front. You think it still works?
Okay.
That's...
I'll probably head towards the front door and it's like, sure does, and it's not yours. Move on. I don't want to be seen.
You call out, voice reaching them. The two that stepped out of the car suddenly duck and tries to stay close to the car upon hearing your voice. The third one, still in the driver's seat, calls out, "We don't want no trouble. We're just getting the bike. Finders keepers."
I'm like,
not happening.
The other guy in the front yells, "Finders keepers? What are you, 12? I'm claiming this."
Manuel Riviera. I work for him. I know he's still around. Get the fuck out of here now.
I'll have you roll presence. Oh, sorry, not presence. The wrong game. I'll have you roll manipulation or leadership. And while you're rolling, I'll give you two extra dice for the name you called out, which is tied to your background. While you're rolling, Joe, you hear the yelling. You realize something's up with Chris.
It's like, it's not Chris. Is everything okay?
We'll find out.
They're taking my bike.
Okay.
Do you leave your father to help Chris, or do you stay with your father?
No, I'm staying with my dad to like prepare to leave.
You hold on to your dad and try probably to keep him low in case shooting starts happening.
1 success.
One of the guys steps forward and the driver says, "Hold it. You work for him?"
Are you deaf or stupid?
Prove it. Show the tattoo.
No. Fuck off. I'm not stupid enough to show my face. Fucker. I am not showing my face to you.
The three guys look at each other. They seem to be in small meeting. They're whispering to each other. You can't tell if they're leaving or not. But the fact that it's taking this long, you're starting to worry they won't leave.
I give them. I go like, I motion for my shotgun if you need it. Scare them off.
You know the name. That's why you've stopped. That's why you're asking. I'm not stupid enough to show my face to someone who can kill me and leave the evidence. Yeah? So ask yourself if it's worth the risk, fuckers. If not, move on.
Do you feel lucky, punks?
Guy in the front seat glances at the driver and starts backing up, getting back into the car.
That's right. Drive position.
The driver starts the engine. Chris, give me a scout roll.
Yeah, okay. Could I use my binoculars for this?
Anxiety.
Oh, no.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
anxiety. Anxiety.
And we are nearing the end of the game.
Anxiety. It's anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Anxiety. It's anxiety.
Sorry, just a minute. Scout is 6, so 8 and 1 stress. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 stress. 1 success.
you realize the third guy. Where's the third guy? As you're scanning now, trying to find if the third guy must have tried to slip out and crawl or sneak into the back of the house.
Yep.
It's that moment you glance at the backyard and see the dog go wild. It starts growling and barking, and a man emerges in the backyard, leaping back over the wall to run out of the house.
I'm going to make a show of this, and I'm not. If I actually, to be honest, I will probably try and shoot him, like to prove a point. I don't really care where it lands. But he's not going to leave the border of the house, but he is going to show the other two this is what happens. So I'm going to, like, sprint after, get on one knee, and try and make a shot.
Make your roll.
Yeah.
Seeing him burst into action, Joe, do you rush out to help or stay with your father?
I look at my dad, I get up with the shotgun and like try to move close to the gate just to give him enough cover, like I'm leaning against the wall in case, like, just to, that kind of like
So you're Overwatch.
Yeah.
You're like, if anyone comes close, you fire. Okay,
Yes.
no problem. You shoot. What's your damage?
It is a pistol or revolver. I'm not sure what the damage is 2.
There. Okay. You clip him in the side, and as the guy drops to the ground, his companion rushes out to get him. Do you fire again, or do you let his companion get him?
When you say he drops, is it like enough that he goes down?
You think you landed a great shot.
Hmm.
You don't think he's dead yet.
Just enough to maim.
Once again, this is a situation where this is. I don't think anyone's seen Chris be cruel, but this is. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm shooting again.
You open
You did
fire
this to
again. Make a
yourselves.
roll.
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. Yes, 1 success.
Do you kill the guy you first shot, or do you clip the second guy who tries to help?
No, the guy who did it. The other guy didn't do anything. He's just running after his friend.
So the guy who was clipped earlier, you finally kill him with a headshot.
Yep.
His companion who was running to him, oh fuck! He hurries back to the
Keep
car.
going, fucker! Keep coming closer!
And as they drive away from the house, skidding across the lawn and hitting one of the mailing boxes, the eight dogs emerge and start barking, chasing after the car.
I love that. I'm worried about the shots attracting walkers, and I say, I think we should
need to leave.
We need to go, Chris. I'll get the bags.
Yeah.
I'll get my dad.
The car. We can use my car. You hear your father.
I look
It
at
should
her.
still.
Not the worst idea. We should probably.
It should
try
still
and
run.
The horde.
Let's
for
go.
it. I'll wait for it by the bike.
Okay, I'll ride with
you
my
got
dad.
Meet you on the road.
Okay.
You gather what you can. You prepare to leave, and we cut to our last scene before we close. Tenza. Enzo, you are watching as the two figures emerge from the stairwell, covered in blood, guts, and in one case, skin. Enzo, please gain 1 more stress. Nancy turns to you, Tenza, and mutters, I assume you've done this before, so you know it's best we don't talk.
Mm-hmm.
So we walk around the corner, we light the fireworks to draw them there, we meet back with the others here. Nancy glances at you and Duck. Is he coming with you? Make sure you decide before we're back. And Nancy shoves the door open.
Looks at the. Actually, we never did get the name of the shopkeep, did we?
Nope.
He looks at him and like, Enzo looks at Duck and like, I guess we could drop him off with the guys at the restaurant.
Duck looks at you and shakes his head and mutters, "There's two of them now?"
Looks he shrugs. Like, I didn't even know Tenzo did this shit.
Duck glances at you, then at the shopkeeper. And to your surprise, you see something you didn't expect to see from the shopkeeper. He has a bag, and he's stuffing it with things.
I guess you're planning on leaving this spot considering what's about to happen.
He slowly looks up. He nods.
Yeah,
If you
that's a
need
good
to
idea.
If you need to leave me somewhere else, then I'll stay. But if you'll have me,
Think looks at Doug and like, is he gonna fit in the truck? Wait, how many can fit in the truck? Tenzo didn't never realize like how many can fit in the truck.
Doc just grins and tells you, "Well, depends. Are they sitting or are they lying down?" Doc starts helping
I'd
him.
rather not be in contact with Tenzo lying down. He said. He immediately says.
Yeah.
Outside, Tenza, you and Nancy are walking among the dead. The dead are every now and then glance at you, but as you walk past, they seem to ignore you. Nancy motions with her hand very, very slowly at the alleyway where you're supposed to turn to. And the two of you to walk into that alleyway.
Yep.
There are at least a dozen of the dead right now in the vicinity. A normal journey through this area would not at all be safe. Into the alleyway, you find an overturned truck. It seemed to have been rammed against its side. There are no foods is listed on its side, but you're looking on the ground, you don't see any canned goods. Whoever probably rammed the truck had already taken what they can from it.
Yep.
Entering the alleyway, you find there are around 3 of the walkers there, all huddled towards what seems to be a side door to one of the buildings. Nancy glances at you as if to ask if that would be a good place to set the fireworks.
Enzo will.
As the two of you walk towards that area, the box of fireworks beside you, the 3 walkers that are standing there and every now and then are nudging at the door, slowly turn to notice your arrival. Nancy looks at you as if ready to support you on what you plan to do next.
So what we can see is only those 3.
Yes. There are still a lot in the vicinity, but they're the ones close enough to be a problem if they notice you're not dead.
Is it like a box I can hold in one hand, or is it a box I have to hold in?
You and Nancy were carrying the box between you.
He's gonna wait for a time like where the 3 walkers aren't looking that way, so that they can place the box down.
You waiting for the 3 to look away, and as they turn, you and Nancy slowly bring the box down. And as you bring it down to the ground, it's this moment here from the 3 walkers. Surfing farms. Yes. We should move carefully.
God, that's a whistle.
And goes onto Enzo's face.
Nancy slowly glances at you. she heard it too.
He is going to try and get rid of one of them quickly, or they can turn back.
Using what?
Yeah, because if he had one hand on the box and
Yes.
Nancy had one, then his spear would have been dragging along with him.
Yes. Roll.
Seven dice. 8. One success and one walker.
You slam the spear into one of them, stabbing through his throat as he is pinned against the door for a few seconds. The two turn startled as they turn at you. You realize Nancy leaps upon the second, knife in hand, buries into the face of the second. The third one, realizing his companions had been attacked, pulls out the blade and tries to stab it at you. You have a walker. You feel the blade slide through your clothes, scrape against your rib. Take 2 wounds.
So I'm assuming I haven't healed since last time.
You had.
Full heal or
Yes, full heal.
okay, so
He did get treated by the doctors
Yes.
yeah, I forgot.
before we left.
I forgot to ask how much got taken off.
Oh, it's alright. It's a full heal.
Yeah.
So, feeling the scrape of the blade, that reduced the damage. You took 2 damage instead of dying.
Yep.
What do you do now?
Does my armor reduce it at all?
It did. It would have killed you if you didn't have armor.
Wow.
Amen, armor.
Yeah.
Yes, plot armor. Literally.
He's going to hold the guy in place and get Nancy to finish him off.
You drop your spear for that moment and grab hold of him. As you grab hold of him, Nancy rushes close and buries the blade into the stomach. And you see Nancy pressing close and muttering, "Who are you with? Where are your people?" And the thing with the blade in the stomach and you pinning him down mutters, "You won't escape." Nancy looks at you. She's checking in case there's anything else you need to ask.
Just
What?
Twists the blade, and the guy drops to the ground. And as the 3 bodies are down on the ground, Nancy looks at you worriedly. She glances in the distance and she notices the other walkers in the distance have noticed the fight and are now closing in. "We have to do it now," Nancy mutters.
he's gonna start lighting work.
And as you light the fireworks, as the box becomes the sole point of noise, I need you to make one roll before your talent slips in and you'll walk past the dead safely again.
Yep.
This one roll is a stealth roll. It's basically to slip back into not being noticed.
6, 7. One success, no focus.
You're walking. The fuse is burning. Nancy walking alongside you. As you're moving past some of the walkers, one of the walkers starts to turn to face you because you have fresh blood oozing out from your side. But before it can react, a knife blade through its head as you see Nancy withdraw the knife and hide it again under her clothes. The two of you continue as a fourth walker dies. Then the fireworks start. Enzo,
Yep.
they're taking so long. You've been waiting by the door, waiting for the fireworks to start so you can safely head out. Duck
Mhm.
whispers to you, so once we're done here, are you guys joining us in the society? Or are you staying at the farm?
Enzo looks at Duck and is like, eh, I'll be honest with you, Duck. I think I'll be staying with the farm though, especially since I've been to your place before. He says like, I've tried joining the society before. Really wasn't my style. He looks at him like, no offense.
No. None taken. Actually, I was more wondering, do you guys have room? And it's that moment you hear the firework.
I think we'd have to ask Joe that, but let's go.
Shoving the door open, you could see the occasional rockets that fly to the sky, the bursts of light and fire. As the three of you hurry out the doorway, the shopkeeper with his bag hurries to the back of the truck. Duck hoists him up on the back and then hurries to the driver's seat. You are doing what?
For Enzo, he's going to immediately like make sure everything's secure, like make sure, and also keep a lookout for where Tenza and Nancy are going to be coming out from, but also he's basically going to be on point, like on Overwatch, just to make sure Tenza and Nancy are coming through and that there's no walkers coming up on them, since
Sadly,
there's a lot of
Sadly, there are three that are still close enough to notice you guys compared to all the fireworks. As one of the walker gets close enough to you, how do you dispatch it?
It can say he's going to do it the same way he did earlier and like literally whack it with the butt of the gun to like smash its head in. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 2 successes, no walkers.
You smash it in the head just as the second one closes in. You are able to spin the rifle and smash the second one in the same motion. Third one lunges close, and the next thing you know, before you complete the arc, the third one grabs hold of your arm and tries pulling you towards it.
Fuck that! Like tries to call over Duck to help.
You turn to look at Duck and you see that there's no sign of him in the front of the truck. The door to the driver's seat is left open. But then the walker suddenly is falling. And as you look down, you see the lower half of the leg of the walker flying away. Duck on the ground having kicked it off.
Jesus Christ!
And as the walker hits the ground, Duck smashes his elbow into its skull, shattering it. He looks at you and says, like I said, do you guys have room in the farm?
You know what? Do that to Calvin, and then I'm pretty sure we have room in the farm.
Why Calvin? Is he your ex? Duck reaches for your hand to help have you pull him up.
I pull up Duck and it's like, no, he's just a dick.
What's bad with dicks? I like dicks. You hear Duck mutter as he rushes back to the truck.
I love him.
Best boy,
what do
Duck.
I do? Like, I like Chris too, but I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm dead. Whoops.
Getting into the truck, he starts the engine, and you see Tenza and Nancy making their way back, but you notice Tenza seems to be having some trouble walking.
Like, come on!
You see Tenza arriving with a knife still stuck on his side, and Nancy helping him onto the back of the truck.
Oh, God. That's upon seeing that. That's when Enzo's going to like quickly hop off and help like pull them closer. Like basically help carry Tenza into the truck.
We'll deal with the wound later here, Nancy, but keep him steady. He might lean on it.
It's like, yep, definitely not gonna let him lean on it. As he like holds Tenza in place.
She bangs on the ceiling, and the truck drives off.
Nice.
We cut to the group scene. As the truck arrives at the residential area road, the motorcycle and the car meet it halfway. The group has a small reunion as they reach East Chicago Street. There, I'm adding some icons to show the reunion. Yay! The hordes are coming, that is for certain. With all the noises of the gunshots, with all the commotion, it's only a matter of time till the hordes find themselves interested and close in. But the group has reunited with their companions. Joe, Chris, Enzo, Tenza, Duck, Nancy, and now the new guy whose name no one has asked yet.
Who's the new guy?
The shopkeep. He's like, cool guy. Helped us.
First name
Starts with the fire.
Shop.
The man smiles at all of you and says, "I am Ravid. I used to own a shop." And she stares and sees the old man with you guys. I guess I am not the only one you have saved from this city.
Yep. We're superheroes. We just look shitty.
I'll have Chris to thank for
He
that.
smiles.
What'd you say, Dema? Sorry?
Joe would basically say, I'll have Chris to thank for that. I give like this, like, thank you for saving my dad. Like, I've been through shit, but, you know.
Your father, of course. We have a farm. We can make our way to the farm.
Let's go.
She turns to you, Joe. If you'll let us.
There's a tired smile and goes, let's all go home.
Duck smiles at all of you and says, I'm good with that. I think whatever Lady Jess got into is her problem.
I mean,
You're
if
all
it's
a bit
Jacob,
surprised
then
to
yeah.
hear that from her.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna look that good horse in the mouth. Let's go before he changes his mind.
Car starts. The drive is long. But despite the long drive, it is the sense of fulfillment and accomplishment that
Why
brings
is
you
my
all
dad that
a
one?
level of peace and joy. Everyone can lose 2 stress.
Okay.
Yay!
Yay!
And
Hey,
as
there
we
was a
come-
happily ever after.
As we come
Or
to
is
the
there?
end of the session, the convoy of cars slows down in front of the farmhouse. Outside is Calvin, waving at you all, rake in one hand. Convoy comes to a stop.
Oh boy.
Who steps
Is it
down?
just Calvin?
Yep, just Calvin.
I'd probably be the first to because I'm on a bike. So,
What's the rake looking? His
It's the rake. It's his weapon. It's his weapon of choice.
he's
Is it-
standing where?
is he clean?
Yeah, he's not bloody or anything.
Okay.
He's motioning and waving, and as
He's
the vehicle comes,
where's
as
he
you
standing?
step down, Chris, sorry, you were saying?
Yeah. I was the first two, yeah, because I'd be on a bike, so it's easiest for me to just hop off.
Mm-hmm.
Where is he though? Is he in front of the
He,
house? Did you say he was on the
yes,
roof?
he's in front of
Okay.
the house.
Okay, fine.
And as you come up to him, he's like, "You guys made it back."
Yeah.
Nightfall.
Does my dad react to Calvin?
Your dad is staring at him from the car, but he's not saying anything. Calvin
Eh,
looks at you, Chris, and mutters, "So did you find Jacob?"
No. I think we're at either something happened to him or he's yeah. We're not sure.
Joe, in the car, your father turns to you. He looks sane now, but trust me, when we had him in the farm, he was talking to the animals as if they were people. At one point, he started making demands for the animals.
Calvin, can you do me a favor? We're gonna bring some people in, including Joe's dad. I don't know what your problem is with each other. I don't really care, but he's weak and sick, and we don't need him more stressed. So could
Mention
you
of the
make your way
father
in?
seems to spark his interest. He starts looking towards the cars. As he looks around and asks, "He's there?"
Yep.
Tenza and Enzo are like or rather, Enzo's going to be getting off with Tenza because like it would probably be a good idea, especially after a long drive, to get the knife out of his rib cage. It's like, where's Gia?
You bring down Tenza carefully. You assist Tenza in stepping down from the truck, and I call out for Gia. From one of the bushes, she stands up. She was hiding with the gun ready, like you guys did when last time people showed up. And Gia's like, "Oh my god, is he okay?" She leaps over the fence to rush to help Tenza.
If you call a knife in the chest, okay?
Tenza, are you awake? Are you conscious?
While this is happening, I'm just gonna look at Calvin and just kind of give him that look of like, either go help them or get out of the way, because we're about to bring in a sick man who doesn't like you.
To your surprise, Chris, Calvin turns to you and asks, "Is he alright if I still stay here?"
I don't know. I'm gonna talk to him. You've done nothing to me. Should I be worried?
I kind of overstayed my welcome when It's the sheep, I tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Look, man,
You have sheep as well?
whatever it is, it's none of my business. Yeah, but you need to. I'm asking. Go inside. Go get a snack. Talk to Rosa. Do whatever it is you do. Just get out of the way for now, please.
Just a
Okay.
just a quick clarification. Didn't my dad ask Chris to do something to Calvin?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. I'm just
Calvin nods.
I'm not going to shoot him in the face just because an old man dying of alcohol poisoning is telling me.
Calvin nods and mutters, "Well, we'll get the stretcher." Calvin heads back to the house. Emerging from another hiding spot, you guys see the other doctor come into view. She had one of the rifles out, and what's this? Eve hurries to the group as well to check. Other than Tenza, is everyone okay? Oh God, you guys reek. Nancy,
Yeah.
of course, smiles.
It's another Tenza special.
We had to do what we had to. Let's get him inside. Rosa comes into view. Oh, good Lord. Joe, are you all right, Joe?
Oh, thank God the farm didn't burn down, apparently.
I just go. I don't say anything to her. It's just, thank you for keeping an eye on the farm.
Your mother was here.
God.
The poor timing of this woman makes me want to slap her, but it's like, not right now, Rosa.
Is it poor timing? I'm pretty sure the idea
She
is
said
that
to get
she's
ready
getting,
for your father.
she's getting
And
like
Rosa
portraits.
hands out an inhaler.
Thank you.
She said your father will need it.
I do recall that my dad has breathing problems, so I do thank her. There's some like God's working in mysterious ways. She's too tired. She's not gonna push back on Rosa at the moment, but she's like, all right. She talks to the dead. I'm just gonna move over and check on my dad.
Dylan comes out with Calvin, and the two bring out the makeshift stretcher. They hurry to you, Tenza, and brace it as Gia and Eve help you to get onto the stretcher.
Duck, could you do us a favor? And I would have asked for Joe's dad's name at this point. What's dad's name?
Joseph.
Joseph.
Yeah,
Yes.
Joseph. I just say it in
Could
a
you,
Filipino way.
Oh Lord, I just made that. Okay, good. I'm not gonna. That's weird. Joseph.
Yeah.
Could you help Joseph? I'm just gonna call you Seth, man. It's all the same. Can you help Seth out? Just hobble him over to. He can stay in my room for a bit.
Duck smiles. Sure. He picks up Joseph easily, holding him like a child cradled in his arms. And then Duck looks at you and mutters, I'll need to know whose room I'm staying in, though. I think I'd like to stay in this farm if you'll let me.
Dude, I asked you to, if you'll remember. So, I think you've got my vote.
Like,
So I'll be bunking with you in your room?
If you want.
there's also room in Tenza's spot if that's not comfy. You can take Otto's bed.
He starts walking to help you bring Joseph in. Do you accompany your father, Joe?
Oh yeah.
Hurrying, accompanying them, you see your father. I'll need my inhaler.
I immediately
He starts to hyperventilate.
I put it in his hand and I'm like, it's okay.
Your father takes a puff as they head in, and you find yourself turning, suddenly looking at Rosa. How did she know?
She talks to the dead at this point. It's like it comes off as rude, but now it's just magical.
Rosa looks at you from the distance and smiles, and then you see her look away and seem to be talking to the air. Enzo, as you see them bringing Tenza indoors, Calvin comes up to you.
Oh boy.
Listen, I owe you an apology. Enzo?
The beauty of Blinkies. We don't know if he's
Oh my
being
God.
dramatic or.
I forgot to unmute the mic. No, the answer is I forgot to unmute the mic.
Yep.
I'm just gonna be.
So we don't know if it's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a real dramatic pause. Ooh.
Yeah, I thought it was dramatic pause.
I mean, part of it, yeah. But Enzo's going to be flabbergasted a bit at like hearing Calvin say that he owes him an apology, and he's
I'm
going to
really
be like,
sorry. I shouldn't have blown up on you. I was acting like a donkey's ass, and I'm really sorry.
looks at him and is like, I, I'll accept your apology, Calvin. But then he looks up at him and he's like, but don't think I've forgotten that you put a blade against my back.
I know, and I'm really sorry about that. But Joe's father's back, and most likely he'll be throwing me out of here, so I'll get what's coming to me.
Well, let's see what they'll have to say about that. He says as he like looks at Calvin, just like gives him a tap on the shoulder, and then like walks into the house.
Listen, I know we've had our differences, but can I at least get my gun back?
It turns around and is like, what gun?
And to close the session, Chris, you turn and you see Sayanika.
Yeah.
You're back.
I am.
I was very worried for you.
Thanks. You okay?
I know I'm young, but you know I love you, right?
Sanika, I've had a really bad day. I don't need this. I don't need it. You understand? I tried to tell you. No.
but I
no,
love
no,
you.
No, no, no,
I-
no, no more. No more. No more. Listen with your ears and close it. This is not happening. I don't know you. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. If you did, you wouldn't be talking to me, okay? And the only thing that was keeping me going here was the fact that no one knew who I was before, and now Joe knows. Okay? So that's all gone. So I really don't care. I tried to tell you, and now you're in my fucking face again. So just leave me alone. Okay?
Sir?
Nope.
And I'm gonna storm off with one of the smirks that Duck gave me and just light as I walk.
And as you walk away, things move slow. Seanika's eyes are filled with tears as she slowly turns to watch you walk past her. From her clothes, she pulls out the pistol she had stolen from Calvin.
Uh-oh.
As she looks at you walking away, she mutters, I love you. She raises the pistol.
Did someone's...
And we cut the credits there.
Oh my god! What the
Title hits. They talk back.
Next time in season 2.
Well,
Oh, now we need a season 2 now. We can't just leave it at that now. We need a season 2.
no, yes, you can. Yes, you
We
can.
need a
Because that's the best way for us to come back for another season.
Toby, you
Yeah,
mad lad.
season 2 now, and then like different characters, whole new different setting. We'll never know what happened to the characters from season 1.
No. Please,
That's the best kind of writing.
please
I
GM me sometime.
apologize.
Holy.
We went over time a bit. I'm so sorry.
No, it's
but
No,
perfect.
no,
It's
no,
3
no,
hours.
You didn't go overtime at all. We had
It's
3
th-
hours.
3 hours,
you're
Mark.
nailing it. You're doing great.
Yes. Hey, look, Vixen's asking, please GM me sometime. If you guys want games from Toby, you can always join. He has his Facebook group called Tag Sessions, where he posts his games if you wanna, you know, if you want emotional. Oh no, he cried. No, the acting. No, no. That was beautiful. That was such a
If you're
beautiful.
upset, Toby, I'm sorry.
No, that's good. That's good. Just,
It was such a good.
God.
Yeah. Please GM me one day.
cliffhanger.
Yes, we'll definitely get
It
more
was a
Toby
good
games.
scene, though, because that took a lot for Chris to get there.
I know. I know.
wow. That's,
Ah,
All right.
shit.
yeah.
We'll do a quick debrief to check on everyone and their favorite scene, and any words they'd like to. Hey, are you in can people see you? Can people?
I don't know.
Can people? Because like
Yes,
it's no. See, you're perfect.
No,
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's not visible in
Not on
the
the
stream.
screen yet.
Okay,
Oh. Oh.
there. Okay, so we're gonna do a quick
Oh, wow.
round robin and try to go through our feelings and our favorite scenes and anything we'd like to say to Toby and about the game. Let's start first with Vetra because he showed his face.
Part of me was like, does Tenza just run off on his own and stuff like that again? It's just like, and does he just leave, or kill the person, the shopkeep? I'm like, no, he's got items. If Tenza tells him that it's like you're going to be no use to us on the road. It's like, he's just gonna say that. Like, logically speaking, that's the thing. Just killing him outright is just like, he hasn't attacked us, he let us in, so...
Yeah.
And the thing was, just Tenzo himself, just getting stabbed again.
I'm happy you had armor. I actually thought it was going to be a killing blow, but then when I saw that you had armor, I was like, oh darn it, I have to scale down and he just gets injured. But yeah, I really thought it was going to be a killing blow.
I was half expecting, this is where he dies.
And he... We didn't die. We didn't
It
die.
was a close one.
And I was gonna say, if Nancy if people took his supplies and opened them back at the thing, it's just like, oh my god, look at what he's got. But yes, I am feeling thrilled. It was very fun. Thank you, Toby, and everything, for allowing me to go with like a very crazy type of person who's not evil, but it's just deranged in his own
Crazy.
Broken. Yeah.
what was it, sociopath or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
Accurate.
But yes, that's it for me.
Yeah. And next we got Sin. Sin.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm feeling so like a mix of both fulfilled and also not fulfilled that we finished season 1, but oh my god, that cliffhanger. But also I also now just want to like have season 2 be where we don't get the answers outright as to what happens to Chris. I'm sorry, Chris, but I love the story that happened to you. I love that you got called husband.
I'm not mad at all. It was amazing.
Right?
No,
That's
I'm a storyteller
the beauty
first.
that I find in it.
There's a reason that I keep rolling at disadvantage a lot of the time, because I think it's better to tell a good story than to win. So
Yeah.
Exactly.
Amen.
But yeah, if I had to pick my favorite moment, I think it's the shopkeeper story, because I don't know if this was realized, but he did say that he lost his 2 daughters, and I'm like starting to think, is it the ones that Tenza killed in his flashback?
Oh my god.
I was also questioning that.
Congratulations for spotting that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like
Sin with a
really
lore.
concerned.
Oh, that would have been a mindfuck if it was.
I didn't want to like cut in and like question it, but I was just like, is it the 2 in the backstory?
Had Tenza looked around the shop, he would have found the photos.
Oh god.
Good god.
Toby, I'm a fan. That's so evil. I'm a fan.
Because I like making sure the world's alive. So I really make
Layers.
It's like biting into a very nicely layered cake. You're like, ooh, this one's got cream filling. Nice.
Toby likes layers. So many layers.
And then suddenly you bite into a
Yes.
Sour Patch Kid, and it's just like, oh, there's the hit that's gonna get us.
had Tenza tried to relate with the father, then the father would have shown off the photos. And it would be a lot of dialogue of, I just wish I knew what happened to them. And Tenza thinking, oh my god, I let them die. But it would have been that sort of a moment.
Tenza Peru would have been like, I mean, they had lots of supplies. Maybe they're still alive out there.
But it also tells you, those 2 left the father.
Yeah, but didn't they have another guy in the car, like a very old guy too? So I thought that was their father.
Yeah.
No, someone else. That was the owner of the car.
Ah,
Yeah.
probably made it more sympathetic as it's like it's our father. Tenza, not very sympathetic or empathetic.
Yeah, and the like, I could tell you were struggling with the, okay, make decisions for people. If this was me, I'd just do other things, but like, I have people with me. Arrgh.
It's like, people are listening to me.
If Enzo was alive, the leadership might have gone different. If he was alive.
You mean Otto?
If Otto was alive.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Enzo's alive. God damn it.
Enzo's alive.
Can
not
I
Otto.
say, speaking of like Tenza, since this is like the season wrap up, hopefully we'll get to do more, particularly if you, the audience, like it and all of that stuff. But like Tenza was a really interesting one because like we did have a session 0, but it occurred to me very early on once we started playing. I'm like, this feels very same, because I imagine Chris is more awkward and not very talky. I'm like, we can't have a bunch of awkward, no talky boys. Nothing's gonna get fucking done. So having Tenza the way he was made Chris the way he is now, which honestly I think worked out in some good ways.
It worked out in good
I didn't
ways,
mind.
yeah.
Yeah. But I thought that was interesting. I just wanted to mention that because I'm like, Tenza's doing this and probably better than I can because I can't do deranged. I'm not very good at it. Yeah.
I love
it's a
how it's just
compliment.
like, I can do deranged.
I can't do it. I can't even do an evil playthrough in a video game. I'll get like 2 hours in and be, I feel sad.
Yeah.
And stop.
Whereas for me, I can do an evil run in games and it's just like...
Yeah, don't do Detroit Become Human in an evil... Like, he's done evil runs in Detroit Become Human, and I'm like, I'm horrified.
Yeah.
You can do it, but yeah.
Good night, Vixen. We love you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And if you guys really, I highly recommend joining Toby's tables. He does one shots as well. He tries other systems. We just did Metamorphosis the other time. If he does any setups with Toby's blessing, I could even post it on my Discord if you guys are looking for stuff. Just note the time zones. He's at GMT +8. So he'll follow the GMT +8 kind of schedule. All right.
Just to add to that, if there is a system you'd like to play, I could always spend time to learn it. I just need to know, and I will state in advance. I'm sorry, I don't run D20, not anymore. But all other systems, I'm more than happy. I'm hoping to someday find a group willing to play ElfQuest, if that's something any of you are familiar with.
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of it, but now I'm interested. It's GM by Toby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hooray! I stopped running D20 in 2000. ElfQuest! Yeah, see, we got some takers. Yeah, Toby's always down to try run new games and run it with cool people. Yep, and BRP. Yes, and now we go to Jack. How you feeling? And, character and stuff. And your favorite moment. Any last words you gotta say?
How am I feeling? I'm feeling fine. What I realized towards the end is that Chris is feeling utterly ashamed.
Aww.
Which is why I think it was perfect that it happened the way it did with Sciatica pushing that last little button. Which I didn't realize until it was kind of I'm like, yeah. Because as we know, we sort of established, and I guess it's my favorite moment, right? Like, because like all of that stuff was really heroic, but my favorite moment was like, Chris is normally a pretty well-tempered guy, but like, he really didn't want people to know about the extents of muck that clings to his soul.
Yeah.
And he had an opportunity to leave it behind, but then survival dictated that he let that cruel person out. He didn't have to fucking kill that guy. But when you're in that career and someone fucks with you, you send a message. Otherwise, they kill you.
Yes.
And yeah. So that whole thing was my favorite moment because I'm like, he was. Who knows what he was thinking in terms of the relationship with Joe, whether that would actually happen or not. But even though Joe may or may not be like the most admiring of him that she has ever been, all he's thinking of is she's seen me and
I am
I'm
perceived.
scum.
Yeah. Like
And yeah. So that to me, regardless of whether he is killed or not, is a perfect encapsulation of the character. If I was watching that as a show, and you get to see all 360 degrees of the human,
Yep.
I'd be like, yep, that's fine. Like, the tragedy would be delicious.
Oh,
In all
know.
honesty, I feel like with season 2, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be a bit more with Chris's backstory with the people he ran with.
Maybe.
I want to find out what the fuck Nancy's deal was, because like he was bonding with
True.
the group psychopath. I'm like, they're vibing.
That's true.
Who's Nancy?
Well,
So yeah, that would be all of that. That's how I feel about that.
Yeah. And I would have to say, like, God, the thing was, I expected the mom to be a zombie, but the twist of it, I thought at first, like, I felt my heart drop when it initially, like, it seemed like a suicide, and then no, it was a bite mark, and then there was a drowning. So it's like, but then she came back, which is worse because like they know what they do with people that are bit. Like you have to kill them, but but she came back, so she had to deal with it, and that having to be forced in the leader position again to make that painful decision is just like Joe is the reluctant leader and she's forced to be a leader time and time again. Like life is just putting her in that, like she's the eldest daughter. She is a David. She is a farm, like she is of the farm. She has no choice. She has to be a leader. And it's like even if she's reluctant, it's the decisions she make that makes her a leader. And I like that conflict thing, and the fact that, can I just say, I was I was like ready for my character's dad to die, but the fact that Chris came in and be like, yeah, I'm like he's seen an overdose before, I'm gonna save this person. I was like, oh, there's hope. So there's like
it just worked out that way, which is perfect, because
me
any other
cheer,
character
to be
I don't
honest.
think I would have.
I was like,
To be honest, that
I
made
was
me cheer. I was expecting the dad to die as well, and when he went, no, I'm gonna save him.
I'm like, I'm so ready. I'm so like I was so ready for the death, and then when he came back, there's this, that even was more like poignant and painful to see that happen. And I would have to say thank you, Toby. I know Sandbox, he did say like it's like a not your usual, not your usual what do you call this, rodeo, in a sense. So you're not your usual thing, but you made a great story and you still managed to make it layered. There's always the mind fuckery that I actually kind of like. I'm still in shock with the last scene, and then like, oh, by the way, whip pan to the other group, and I'm still like reeling from my scene, and I'm like, trying to catch up to the other scene, because that's just how good of a storyteller you are. Because I'm still floored with what just happened. And I'm like, all right, we're in the next scene now. I'm on stream. If you guys ever see like the deadpan, like, oh, that's still me processing what just happened. That's why he like Vetro was like, here's some cats.
I had cat videos on
The side, like, here you go, jingle jangle, it's fine. It's like, oh, cats.
I
It's like,
did accidentally have a spider one on
yeah,
the side.
that jump scared me. He was showing one.
That's what scum scared her.
Yeah, like it was like there was one guy blowing at like something running. I was like, why'd you show this to me? Anyways,
I got highly interested in it all of a sudden. I was like,
I didn't
oh,
know
right,
you.
spider.
Like it dawned to you. Anyways, we're fine. It was like, Toby, thank you for again a wonderful game. Like, if you guys haven't seen any of Toby's running games, he's done Changeling the Dreaming for my channel. He's also done Eclipse. He's also done
Space.
Oh yeah, the space one. He's also done Metamorphosis. He's really good at telling stories, and he's also done Regency Cthulhu for us for one shot as well. Like he's done so many nice things. Yeah, it's so fun.
And Wraith, right?
Wraith the Oblivion, which was one of my all-time favorites because it's like Filipino Chinese story, and I'm glad we got to do that. That was still gut-wrenching. But yes, all of these episodes will be on YouTube. You guys can revisit while we wait for season 2. But for now, we shall close. Toby, do you have any last words? Anything you'd like to say?
Definitely truly enjoyed the session. Truly enjoyed the stories. I built off all the plots from what you guys gave me. None of the things that I threw in the game were things I planned alone. These were all in response to the great characters you guys made, the concepts you offered, and the types of stories you shown me you were willing to explore. So the redemption arc, the animals trusting you, that was in many ways a reflection of the shift from such a brooding character to someone who cares. That they're actually sensing you're more human than beast. The the scenes with Tenza realizing that his survival tactics were not so alien. That was again me pulling how, there are people out there who are also innately good people, but they will also do what needs to be done.
Yep.
Nancy was Carol.
Oh shit! That's a nice.
Nancy was
Damn.
Carol with
So
the
what
knife.
season are we in? This is.
You guys
I gotta figure out
you
where we
guys-
are in the timeline now.
You guys were reached. The walkers reached you much later than you guys thought. It was already happening for the rest of the area before it reached your area.
Right.
So yeah, you guys encountered Nancy, and she didn't know she could trust you guys at first. But then, seeing how you guys work, she started to think maybe you guys are good people. Hence
But
her
it's-
question: Have you killed people? Why did you kill them? And
I because I watched a recent video about it, I was just like, I need to ask some of these questions just to just put it out there.
I'm now more annoyed that Tenzo met two key characters, Negan and Carol, in our run. How
the
dare!
Negan character, when the Negan character was sorta not quite Negan, but it was a fun thing to throw in. And then ultimately, as you mentioned, this was a sandbox game. So normally in my games, I really have this is my theme, and I build it and I make a story around it, which the players can dive in. So like in Wraith, we had that prepared beforehand and all that. But since this was sandbox, I didn't do that. So it was really I sort of have Jacob's story. Whether or not you guys go for it, at least I have something in mind. Then I have the family story. Then I have the grandma story. So I sort of mapped out ideas based on what you guys made. And they were all in me, and they're all in my notes as possible triggers to activate in case you guys explored it.
Yeah.
So like, if you confronted Rosa, I sort of had an explanation for it. If you confronted Gia and if you confronted Calvin, I sort of had the little things I wrote down for why they were doing what they were doing.
Yeah.
But what I found freeing was that since it was sandbox, I didn't feel I needed to answer the questions. And that was very liberating for me.
Yeah.
So I left it for you guys to decide what was interesting for you.
Yeah.
And I was just writing that and exploring that.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's so good.
Tell
So like if there was a scene where you confronted Nancy, that's when she would, confess to you that she's been lying. And then that's when her people show up to get her back.
Oh.
And then you guys would be like, who are you guys? And then the guy's like, my name's Rick, and we just want her back. And like,
Oh! We're dead if we meet Rick. It's like.
But we never did that. So I was like, that's in the ready, but it's not necessary. So it's that sort of an approach we
Not
did for the game.
this.
I
Which made it
want
all
to take
richer.
a quick second because we're all just complimenting each other at this point. The fan service was limited, which I appreciate, but when you did it, it was very well done. Like that's the way I like my fan service. I don't like it like, hey, did you know what this is? We're the new Star Wars movies. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the end, the show is just a jumping off point. It's still you guys as the main cast. So I wanted to make sure that was never forgotten.
We're in the right area.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's cool.
Yeah. So great.
So I wanted to make sure you all had your moments. You all had your key moments where you could be more dramatic or you could be more awesome. But then at the same time, this game system, oh my god, this game system. It's approach of if you failed your main dice rolls against the walkers, then we roll for a walker attack, and that walker attack can lead to an instant death.
Yep.
Terrifying! Oh my god.
Yeah.
Um,
no, my god. That was the most shock, the ultimate shock. Like expected it from
when
not Otto.
when Tenza was pulled out of the vehicle, that was a result from the table.
Yep.
That could have been a death moment already, but instead it came out as a pulled or dragged out. There were a lot of those type of moments that came out from the dice rolls, and me as the GM, I was like, "What numbers did you roll?"
There was so many close calls for Tenzo. It's just like, is this where he dies? No. Is this where he dies? No.
Oh my god.
And
Hey,
And
look,
that
it's
was
our
part-
auto died.
and that was part of the challenge of the game, because even if, let's say, you guys are like, I'll secure that there's no walkers in the area. If you're all walkers, there still are.
Yep.
Yeah. It
And
is what it is.
And that was the trouble, not trouble, but that was the challenge of trying to make sure you felt it wasn't, you didn't feel cheated. You know, like,
right.
I made sure to safe. Why are you saying no? There are. So like, that's where as a GM I'm challenged to find little stories to still have the threat there. So basement, 3 walkers down there.
Yeah.
That was a quick on the spot thing because the walker dies through all the walkers. So
Yeah, so good, so good. But yeah, well, as I remember, we're gonna raid out to a lovely friend that is Catfish Hexen. They're doing some cool writing, glowing landmarks and stuff. While we're doing that, we'll do some quick plug-in roundtable stuff. Quick, plug yourself for in the next like 10, 20 seconds. We'll start with you, plug. You both you instant plug stuff, and then
Yep.
while I'm typing.
No, you Denmark, you plug.
What do you mean?
plug.
God damn it. Okay.
We did the plugs at the start.
God damn it. Okay, MS Call to Arms will be next week, May 8th. We'll start there. We already have 25 creators joining. Actually, we're already at the number 28. It's scary. We have 28 people that joined the V Rising stuff. It's really cool. And I'm in a Regency game right now. Cool. Regency game's fun. We also have that. If you just want to check out Toby's stuff, we have it on YouTube. All of his videos. Also, I'll be playing Agent Daphne Rogers over at Jack's channel tomorrow. If you guys like your Actum Cthulhu's, we're gonna beat up Nazis, or try our best to, and try not to.
As Denmark pointed out, we didn't kill enough Nazis last.
Yeah, we need to
session,
kill
so
more
I'm gonna make
Nazi,
up for that.
more Nazi
Yeah.
killings.
It doesn't matter that there's only 6 of us and there's at least 30 of them up above and there's a whole thing below. I want to shoot things. Okay,
Five kills per person, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And
You just have a very positive KD ratio.
yeah, exactly. Beat up those Nazis,
Roll,
exactly.
badly once. Yep.
Yes. Also, Play Dead. If you guys haven't checked out, what have you been doing? Play Dead. Play Dead's cool.
Play Dead.
We like our vampires, apparently. Like, we have vampires, Batman on the lineup.
And if you wish to see Everflame Adventurers sessions, they will be over on my channel, Mad Mimic Retro on YouTube.
Yeah, we play Eberron because Eberron's cool. Keith Baker's cool. We like his lore. I'm biased to his lore. That's the only.
Did you already do the raid, Denmark?
No, I just clicked raid.
Okay.
We're still
All right.
running on the time.
All right.
We're still cool.
Running out of time, quick.
Yeah. So and then anything else you'd like to plug, Jack? Choo, because I did all the
Me?
plugs. Yeah. If you have anything else.
Okay, you were talking to them, and now you're talking to me. Hello, I'm Jack Squarepeg. You can find me on the social media garbage at Jack Squarepeg. You will be able to find Toby at the very least, but anyone here is welcome. In some whatever the fucking title is called, Sutra of the Pale Leaves. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
That's going to be coming soon. We need to get the book from Chaos in, but it's 1980s Japan. I am not going to be running. I'm going to be playing. I'm going to be a 1980s detective. It's going to be Cowboy Bebop as fuck, and I'm excited. So, yeah, that should be fun. What else? Yeah, tomorrow, Actum Cthulhu. We are running out of time. I love you. Thank you for being here. Toby is a great GM.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, we got the last 10 seconds, and we'll see you guys on the next stream. Bye.
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 Okay.
You kind of scared the shit out of Jack for the
I'm
first
not-
throwing
okay.
him under.
I'm so